Yo, what's up girls and boys? It's time to make some noise, cause I'm back and I'm on this track now. Let's talk about some plastic toys. You can bet I pose them all. Legends to Dragon Balls, Batman and Kaijus and Kamen Riders, I collect them all. Gotta make sure your posing's tight though. Make sure your lighting's right yo. Keep it contained because you train for this your entire life bro. So please don't adjust your TV. This is your host Moncheesy. Sit back and relax and learn this fact. Posing ain't easy.
Yeah. Shutter. Yeah. Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detail. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detail. Catch me at the toy shops. This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini maybe I'm fucking with them. Hype beasts, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about them. Boog nice, my nigga. A.C.B.A been popping lately off top. My nigga, they cut out game be too amazing. MUs, my nigga. That's that shit that don't amaze me. This was for my niggas. That's really about they legends. Shouts out to Savage Poop, my niggas out in Texas. I don't fuck with no scalper. Nigga, fuck what you selling. I'm all up in the toy aisle. I'm kicking kids, I'm reckless. My nigga built Maruby on that Google chat straight flexing. Look, I pop the package, I smell it. Pop the package, I smell it. Me and my nigga Tiny at the toy fair straight spending. They asked you for that Deadpool and he ain't asked no questions. We too fly, I know this. Let me give your ass a checklist. Got the Giant Man, got that Ares, that Cable bruh, it's nothing. I get the Blue Wire, Silver Luke Cage, that Dragon Man, then I'm stunning. And this song for them fuck niggas that's hating on your collection. Yeah, they talking all that shit, but it's A.C.B.A, we reppin'. Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detail. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my detail. Catch me at the toy shops. I'll take that. We're taking that right there.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detour. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cut out to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art. Comic book art. 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 Book art.
Tell me where the freaks.
Yo, what's up girls and boys? It's time to make some noise, cause I'm back and I'm on this track now. Let's talk about some plastic toys. You can bet I pose them all. Legends to Dragon Balls, Batman and Kaijus and Kamen Riders, I collect them all. Gotta make sure your posing's tight though. Make sure your lighting's right yo. Keep it contained because you train for this your entire life bro. So please don't adjust your TV. This is your host Moncheesy. Sit back and relax and learn this fact. Posing ain't easy.
Yeah. D-talk. Catch me at the toy shop. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my D-talk. Catch me at the toy shop. This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini matey I'm fucking with. Hype beasts we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it. Boog nice, my nigga. A.C.B.A. been popping lately off top. My nigga, they cut out game be too amazing. MUs, my nigga, that's that shit that don't amaze me. This was for my niggas, that's really about they legends. Shouts out to Savage Poop, my niggas out in Texas. I don't fuck with no scalper, nigga, fuck what you selling. I'm all up in the toy aisle, I'm kicking kids, I'm reckless. My nigga Bill Maruby on that Google chat straight flexing. Look, I pop the package, I smell it. Pop the package, I smell it. Me and my nigga Tiny at the toy fair straight spinning. They asked you for that Deadpool and he ain't asked no questions. We too fly, I know this. Let me give your ass a checklist. Got the Giant Man, got that Ares, that Cable bruh, it's nothing. I get the Blue Wire, Silver Luke Cage, that Dragon Man, then I'm stunning. And this song for them fuck niggas that's hating on your collection. Yeah, they talking all that shit, but it's A.C.B.A. we reppin'. Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my D-talk. Catch me at the toy shop. Catch me at the toy shops. 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 Man, I got toys mint on card. Toys out of the box. Man, I got toys in my D-talk. Catch me at the toy shops. I'll take that. We're taking that right there.
Man, I used to play the trap spot, propped on the block like I was part of the backdrop. Now it's scale, props, effects, and backdrops. The right lighting, you never catch me biting. Say you make it look so real when you pose the figures fighting. I caught lightning, stuck it in the detail. Replicate epic scenes from the Creed War. Compose pieces with artists that span the globe. Fearsome foes, Spidey in the picture perfect pose. Insert the comic book cut out to shoot a show. Oh, you ain't know? Yo, everybody know me. I made nerds cool nerd like my man Zobi. Took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
We are live, Boog.
Oh, we are live. Yes, sir.
We're officially back at it.
That's crispy.
Yes, sir. We're officially back at it. Book Nights coming at you with the Articulated Comic Book Art Podcast. Episode, I have no clue. I'm your host. 149?
Yeah, 149,
Oh,
baby.
Oh, we went away. All right. My bad. All right. So I got my boys with me, Fabio and Cheesy. We waiting for Rick to make his appearance, late appearance, debut. Yeah. But yeah, we back another Saturday, 8:16 p.m. Eastern time right now. 5 o'clock on the West Coast, and I don't know what time it is in the UK right now. What are they? 10 ahead? 8 ahead?
It's 5
It's
o'clock.
8 behind?
It's
Five?
more. Some people are waking up with us.
Got it. A pretty hectic week for me. How about you guys?
I was a little sick this week, so I supposed to do a stream on Monday, and I had like literally no voice. Like I got some weird like head cold, and I had zero voice. My sinuses were all fucked up, and that continued into Tuesday. So I didn't want to go into my streams half cocked. So I'll be doing a special double one next week, I guess.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I literally like my least favorite thing. I can handle like body aches. I can handle like fever or any of those other symptoms. But I hate more than anything losing my voice. It's the absolute worst, and it comes from I don't know the first time someone ever complimented me on my voice. It was like a girl who had a crush on me in high school.
Incredible.
And I was like, wait, there must be something to this voice business. I probably take care of that stuff. And then since then, it's just like, oh, that's just one of my things. Like I have a voice that is pleasant to some people. So
yeah.
So to me, it's just like I fucking hate it when I lose it. Not because of that, but just because I value it as an asset.
Oh, damn. So you mean the girl you had a crush on said
No. It's a funny story. I can tell it. It was my freshman year of high school. I was in Latin class for whatever reason.
Oh shit! I took Latin in what was it? It wasn't high school. I think we had Latin in like junior high school, if I remember.
Oh wow! I took it. I'm dumb. I should have taken Spanish for an easy A, but I was like Latin, fun, right? It was a fun class. I was terrible at the language, but girl gets caught like passing notes in school in class, so the teacher like does the whole thing where makes her read her out loud or whatever, and there was a note. I was kind of the new kid in like the school area, you know, like the school system. A lot of these kids like knew each other from middle school, so I was like kind of new. Mm-hmm. And these two girls were like gossiping about me in this fucking note. And one of the things in it, which is the thing I remember, it was like, I love his voice. And I'm like, that's a first. That's a bit of a first. But I still can't quite hit those high registers. My voice isn't like 100% right now, but you know,
so I'll take 95. She put you on the path to being a thespian by positive affirmation, huh?
Again, I was terrible at the language, but when it came to class presentations, I fucking crushed it.
Incredible.
No doubt.
How about you? That's me. I'm feeling better. Got my White Claws with me.
Incredible.
Excellent.
It is summer, after all.
That's right. Shout out to Chet Hanks.
Stupid.
He was trying to cancel Chet, huh? Because he was speaking patois or some shit, huh?
Oh, you can't cancel a good man like that.
Rick, what's up? I see you joined us. You good, Rick? What's up?
Yeah, I just didn't want to interrupt such a lovely Latin love-based story.
Yeah, Rick, you bugged out. Yeah, you bugged out for a second.
Oh my god. He actually turned into Shockwave for a sec there.
Basically.
Oh, wow. Am I still the same?
No, you're good now.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, I don't know what's going on, but maybe I should have auditioned for the next movie.
I would have thought that Callie just got nuked off the fucking map if Fabio's shit was acting up at the same time.
Really?
Oh shit! No, you're still you're getting jacked out of the Matrix right now.
Fabio,
Rick.
we might have got
nuked.
Oh my god.
All right, I just got a text from somebody called the NSA that says, "Don't fucking move."
Yeah, I was in the middle of entering the Matrix, and then I accidentally threw up the pill.
Yeah, you got it.
This happened.
What's happening, dog?
What's going on?
You should
get out and come back. You should restart maybe, because I don't know what's going on over there.
Am I fucked up too?
No.
Nah, it's just Rick.
Rick, you gotta disconnect and come back, baby.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is one of the all-time great podcast starts right here.
True. Yeah, well, my week was pretty great. Nothing compared to what's happening to Rick right now, I guess. You know, basically the same shit. Work rules my life for the moment.
Decepticons?
I spent maybe like the last 3 or 4 weeks working on this like huge project, like quite possibly the largest project we've ever had as a company, and then all of a sudden we have to redo it now, and it really sucks. So that's been my week.
What do you mean redo it? What happened? The client wasn't happy or something?
There was some sort of engineering issue, and just we were just given the wrong information, and now we just have to redo it. Like, of course, we have to redo all the work, but the deadline doesn't change. Same shit.
And who's paying for all of that shit to start over?
Oh, not us. Thank goodness. But still, little disheartening when you like the last month of your life was dedicated to something, and then they're all like, "Oh no, that's not gonna work." All right, okay.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I mean, like, literally, all like not all I cared about, but obviously, like, I'm sweating at the meeting, and then like as soon as the blame was like very clearly not like on us, or specifically me, I was like, tight. I'm ready for anything now. Cool. Cool. Let's redo this all day. As long as it's not my fault, I'm cool.
No doubt.
Am I
As
still
long as you
bad?
still-
Hello?
No, you're
getting
good.
paid.
Absolutely.
that's fantastic.
Absolutely. What about you, Rick? How was your week?
It was alright.
Were you approached by someone to tell you to what is happening? Oh my god.
Is this my
Am I
fault?
sounding bad again?
No. Well,
No,
I
that's
don't
just Echo this time.
Oh well, my bit was ruined. I was gonna ask if you were approached by somebody to tell you to follow the White Rabbit or some shit like that, but whatever.
We got KJ Smith in the chat is calling him Rick Headroom.
Rick Headroom. Rick, you gotta probably put
That's
in
the deep cut.
headphones. It is a deep cut for sure.
All right, well we got a pretty solid little topic list
We
here.
do.
don't
We sure do. You know, let's get down to brass tacks, baby. So before we move on to topics, I just want to first of all thank everybody watching, everybody who's ever watched, commented, interacted, everything like that. The podcast is about to hit 150 episodes. Quite the milestone for sure. Not only do I want to thank all the viewers, but all of like, you know, my castmates and stuff like that. It's all a team effort. The roster has definitely been a revolving door for quite a while, but I feel like
That's crispy.
we do a pretty all right job. The core crew.
We're doing alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I just think it's really cool to sit down and be able to do this podcast every single week. Ever since we started back up, we've been headstrong and we've been very diligent in doing it every single week. And then next week is going to be 150. And this is something we've been talking about for quite a while amongst all of us, for, you know, just where the podcast has been, where it's at right now, and where we think we can elevate it in the future as well. And with that being said, I think it's cool to say that next week when we hit episode 150, we've been saying it a little bit here and there, but we're gonna do something a little special. Like, everything's gonna be revamped. The podcast is going to get a little bit of a facelift, and then more importantly, the format is going to get elevated as well. So one thing we did talk about was, for a while, the podcast has just naturally evolved into toy news. Like, obviously we're all like into toys, duh. And we want to talk about like what's hot during the week and all that stuff too. But, you know, just as importantly, this is the A.C.B.A. podcast. A.C.B.A., one of the greatest toy communities on the face of the planet for sure. And we are a community. So that being said, we're going to focus a little bit more on community itself. So starting next week and moving forward, we're going to be bringing back everybody's favorite communal segments in terms of, like, most importantly, what to grind on is coming back next week. We're going to be doing weekly highlights. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of like community stuff, you know, A.C.B.A.
Real quick, Punch, just to correct you, not next week, but the next episode.
Absolutely, yeah, next episode for sure. But yeah, you know, A.C.B.A. is an incredible community. We have incredible contributors. Like, everybody always puts out like crazy heat every single week, and I think it's about time that we start, you know, or about time that we go back to doing that and like highlighting everybody in this awesome community for sure. So I won't reveal like everything we're going to be going over. I want to save something, a little bit of an element of surprise for when we come back for episode 150. But just something to look forward to. We're gonna do a little bit this week. We're gonna be talking about weekly highlights. We're gonna be going through Saturday Salvo on the Instagram page this week. Next, and then when we come back for episode 150, we're going to be pulling shots from Instagram. We're going to be pulling shots from the group, the Facebook group, which is another great place for people to, kind of hone their skills, a training ground of sorts. And there's a lot of great shots that deserve to be, highlighted there as well. And what better place than the A.C.B.A podcast to highlight artists that deserve a lot of love for sure. And then that being said, we won't be on next week. Next week being July 4th weekend. Some of us have plans, I'm sure a lot of you guys have plans and whatnot. And we thought if there was any time to go ahead and fine tune the podcast and have like a really smooth launch for 150, it would be next week. Not to say we might not go live and do something live next week. It's still up in the air. But episode 150 will debut not next week, but on July 10th. So, yeah, long story short, the podcast is evolving, ever evolving, and hopefully everybody digs it. I'm pretty excited for where it's going to go, and I hope everybody else is too. And that's it.
We're just trying to, we've been Super Saiyan for a while. We're trying to go Super Saiyan Blue. That's all.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, to use wrestling terms, we're turning this evolution into a revolution, brother.
Incredible.
Yeah, very excited. It's going to be. It's going to be something I think the community is going to enjoy a lot.
For sure, definitely excited about that. Definitely excited about where we are right now and our core kind of cast mates here, and definitely feeling great about you guys. Love you guys, and happy to move forward. 150 is absolutely a great milestone. But shout out to everybody who was part of the show from the very beginning.
Absolutely.
People that were here from the beginning that came and went and hung out for a while and this and that. I'd like to see a few people come back and be reoccurring guests. I'd like to see a few people that I wanted to get on the show for a while pop in every so often. Juan, you gotta come on the show soon. We got to get Dallas on the show soon. We got
to get Vonner on here. We promised Vonner so long ago. Yeah. We got to try again.
We promised both Vonner and Dallas at the exact same time, and they never came on.
Yeah, so just to get some people to come in and shoot the shit with us, and we also talked about doing a more sort of like intense sort of like interview session with some people too. So that's something that we want to do as well, like a serious sit down with certain people in the community as well. So whatever, I'm not going to bore you guys with all of that shit right now. Just be ready for episode 150. So let's go ahead and get into the topic list for tonight. What we got, P?
Oh yeah, so in the community topics, we're going to be doing weekly highlights. Then we're going to move on to top stories, which involves Hasbro, SH Figure Arts, MoffX, Revoltech, Mezco, and then maybe some things in the miscellaneous. And then, of course, in the after show, we'll do pickups, TV and film. Of course, I'm sure everybody wants to talk about Loki and that Shang-Chi trailer as well. And
yeah.
And we'll wrap it up for sure. So
I didn't even watch the Shang-Chi trailer. Maybe I should watch it.
It's great. It's a great trailer.
Oh my god! Boog, you gotta leave and like watch it and come back.
All right.
It's only 2 minutes.
That's it. But yeah, if you want to pull up the A.C.B.A Instagram, follow the A.C.B.A Instagram. Fabio, let's go over some. Let's just do some highlights, baby. Saturday Salvo. Boog, why don't you tell the fine folks at home what Saturday Salvo is all about?
So Saturday Salvo is every Saturday on the A.C.B.A Instagram. It's sort of like a play on words. A salvo is like a strike, like a military strike, like a ongoing, just kind of onslaught of artillery.
It's the Iron Man 1 Jericho missile of action figure.
Exactly. So on Saturday we do a salvo of shots. Usually it's 21 slots on the Instagram, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's 21 shots because some of the posts are 5 and 6 and 7 shots in one, depending on how those shots kind of relate to each other. And if you actually pay attention, there's a method to it. Every 3 shots usually has some type of correlation between them. So if you go to the first 3 shots of today, you will see that they're all. You passing it? Scroll back up a little bit. First shot is by Cody Craig, actually, with the snow troopers there. See it right there, snow dudes. You call those guys, Rick? Are they snow troopers?
Those are Hoth troopers.
Hoth
Yeah,
troopers.
those are rebel Hoth troopers.
Here we go.
Number one Star Wars podcast.
Do it.
Oh, that's one thing that'll never change with the format change. This will still remain the number one Star Wars podcast. Don't worry about that.
Those figures, by the way, are hands down the best example of like the best that Star Wars Black Series has to offer.
Absolutely.
Incredible figure.
One of the best army builders of all time. No question about that. For absolute sure. Like, you can see by the way he has them displayed here how versatile they are. He's got some of them with the mask up, some of them with the goggles down, and it's a very good well thought out photo here. But yeah, the first three photos here are all Star Wars themed. But if you look at the third photo, this is a great photo here by Matthew Cohen too. But if you look at the third photo, the first photo is Star Wars themed, but the theme of this grouping of photos here is crafty singles. So these are all single shots of single figures and just some of the best from the week, and a good mixture of things from different properties there. But the lead out was a Star Wars photo because that's what that row of three was. So a lot of that, it's thought out in a very meticulous way how this is curated every week and how the photos kind of relate to each other. But it's all heat all the time. Always very, very good photos, the best of the best, the cream of the crop, and oftentimes a lot of stuff that's not. That may not have even been really well received in a group. Shit that people were looking at that may not have looked so sensational in a group, but when you actually take a fine tooth comb to it and take a magnifying glass to it, you see how well put together and well thought out it is. So second row of photos was
Real
DC.
quick, I know these are no Mario Kart at the beach photos, but they're still very good.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, this is. You could go back one. That was Matthew Charles there, I believe. That's his real name. Screen name is there. But he puts together some of the best sort of like action sequences, I think, from the group. You can see a lot of effort went into this. He's using those figurized like blast effects, which you got to really get some light behind. He's got a couple of cutouts back there with Batman kind of throwing some charges at what's this guy's name?
Infected Superman.
Yeah, it is Infected Superman. Damn, I'm a moron.
So just a very well put together tight shot here. Very nice action sequence. But again, this is what it is every Saturday. This is what it is every single day on the A.C.B.A. Instagram. This is what we've been doing from the very beginning, is just highlighting some of the best that the community has to offer with some of the people that may not be the well-known or the most notorious as far as followers and stuff like that. This is our boy, one of our admins from the group, Brandon, right here, with a very well put together shot with some creatively placed cutouts here. This is A.C.B.A. and its element and it's at its essence here. And wanted to obviously, literally the best person displaying with the Batman the Animated Series figures. I'll go out and say that this guy is probably.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Well, there's
Really
that.
going out on a limb saying that there.
I want you guys to go back and just scroll, just enjoy it. Like, don't just enjoy everything that our feature page has to offer and follow those people and give them love and put some comments on the photos. And this is another great photo here. Not an actual A.C.B.A. cutout, but it's still A.C.B.A. It's still a cutout. He took time putting that together and rimming it, and the framing and everything here looks great. And this just looks awesome. Looks like it jumped right out of the pages of a comic book. But again, this is what it is every day, all day, 365 days a year on the A.C.B.A. Instagram. We feature the best artists in the world all the time, and trying to highlight and elevate those people. So again, we don't want people. This is part of the reason why we changing the format a little bit too of the show, to kind of really focus on our namesake here and focus on A.C.B.A. and focus on toy photography, because Like I always say, it's this community that popularized this shit and put it where it is right now. This is how you have literally hundreds and thousands of people to have play dates with across the world. This is literally a digital play date. Every time you go onto the Instagram or on somebody's page, and that's what it is. You get excited about some shit that you saw at one of your buddy's house, and you buy that shit. That's what we doing. Digital play dates.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, man, this is this
And
is
you don't
it.
even have to spend tokens on this one.
Yeah, no doubt. This was a really creative shot here from Century.
I love this
One
one,
of
man.
Yeah, this is very funny. I
Delicious. Finally, some good fucking A.C.B.A.
I think Gordon Ramsay is tagged on this too, actually.
Incredible.
I think he might be on Century's photo. Yeah.
So he might be. Maybe he'll take a look at that shit.
You
I think he
fucking
tagged
muppet.
me too. But yeah, this is a great use of the Muppets Kitchen set. We see that a lot, but we've never seen it quite like this. And again, within the spirit and the essence of A.C.B.A, he's got a cutout of Gordon Ramsay. Fucking genius and funny and creative. And shout out to Century Man for having one of the best comebacks ever. I think.
For sure, dude.
Dude, this is like a band going out on a reunion tour with like the original lineup.
Spencer disappeared for like 5 years and came up out of nowhere and killed the game. Unreal.
Literally,
Unreal, dude.
literally, Century can be credited as one of the architects of this community for sure.
Yeah,
he was one of those original 25 or 30 people on YouTube that coined a lot of these phrases and started a lot of the trends. And he's a younger cat than most of us, but at the same time, he's an OG. So shout out to Century.
That's right.
And what else we got here?
Oh, the Optimus Prime of my dreams that I'll never get.
This was another great shot. One that was very well received in the group this week too. What's the company that makes this Optimus Prime?
Toys Alliance.
There's Alliance Optimus Prime, right? They have an Optimus and they have a Megatron, and people have been able to do a lot of cool perspective shots with GI Joes. They'll probably work more perfectly with 3 3/4 inch figures, but this still works just fine.
I like it. I think the scale works for sure. I mean, it probably, yeah. If you want to imagine your Optimus Prime is like over 20 feet tall, yeah. But I'm cool with like an 18-foot Optimus Prime. That's respectable.
Yeah. You're right. So this looks amazing. Very meticulous with the posing. It is some vanilla posing, but it's very distinct. You could always tell certain things about people and their creativity and their style and how the gears in their mind turn by looking at their art and looking at it closely and seeing every little intricate detail, like Optimus Prime's left hand on his knee, how it's actually gripping the knee and rested there. He had to really take time with all of this posing, the lighting, the framing. Everything is damn near perfect on this photo. So again, show this man some love. Megatron, Bolton, Sabian. I don't even know how to pronounce the name right. But
I think he also did the photo with Cobra Commander and Megatron earlier this week, right?
yeah,
Right there. You missed it.
Did I? Oh, did I?
think that was-
It's on the left-hand side.
was it
Huh?
last,
There
was
it
it
is.
last week, Saturday, Salvo?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. All right, so 2 weeks in a row featured with some G.I. Joe and Transformer love. This is another great perspective shot here. 9/11. Come on, baby. Let's get that up well over 1,000. Go back on that.
There we go.
Instagram
I
and,
got it too. There we go.
hit the like on there.
Beautiful.
Like I said, just a lot of people putting in a lot of great work that deserve, they deserve love. They deserve contracts. They deserve to be on box art. They deserve to be in campaigns for Hasbro and for Mezco and for there is a infinite pool of amazing artists that should be getting paid for their talents, I think, or some type of recognition, some type of gratis product should be getting sent out. This is why I did this shit. This was the end goal to me personally. To infuse the two, to make it where it was almost like a seamless thing, and it has benefited the toy companies hundredfold. No doubt about it. This right here, what we doing and curating these shots and putting this shit together like this is advertisement that is worth millions of dollars, in my opinion. Like that's what this is, literally. Like all day, every day.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So this is what we doing here. I know what this is worth. So show these people some love. This one here was just some team ups. That's what this group in the photos was. I think the lead out photo matched up with that row, though. I don't know. What was that row? Let me see what that row was. The row here was cartoons. There we go. He-Man
Yeah.
cartoon, the animated Spider-Verse cartoon. Not this entire segment, but just the row, the main photo in the row. But yeah,
Right.
this
Here.
G.I. Joe, He-Man, G.I. Joe, and Into the Spider-Verse. But this row, in this particular one, there was some team ups here. So we got what's this game?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. There we go. Kingdom Hearts. This is a real nice one. Really well put together scene. We got Iron Giant here. What's the little boy's name in Iron Giant? Is that
Hogarth,
the
baby.
Hogarth? Hogarth. Yes. Is that the?
I mean, the real fans just call him Hug, though.
Is that the Select one? This is the Marvel Select Iron Giant, right?
Is it?
Probably.
I thought this was 1,000 Toys because of the light up.
No. 1,000 Toys doesn't light up. 1,000 Toys doesn't light up.
Oh, okay.
Mondo might.
Mondo. That's what I'm thinking. Mondo. Yeah.
I don't know, but the old Mondo one was like 18 inches or some shit, wasn't it?
Sure was. Yeah.
Pretty massive.
That one was huge.
I feel like recently, Marvel Select not Marvel Select, but Diamond Select put up their Iron Giant for pre-order again. I feel like that just happened this past
Possibly.
week.
It's like a different. It's like it has different things to it, I believe.
I don't
Great
really.
photo of Vin Diesel for sure.
I don't buy Select stuff too much, but the Iron Giant is really good. I got to see that in person. Shout out to Zach Oat. When they were first looking at was the last Toy Fair, was it? I think
So
right
long
before
ago.
Must have been, yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Zach. But yeah, that's Iron Giant and
Whoops.
North. And I think this is Voltron, obviously. That's team situated. That one's from Alan Parmer, aka at Late Toy Show. And then the final shot here was from our man Finn.
That's the Icon's head on the Mafex. That's actually really good.
That's what that is. That looks really cool. Okay, all right, yeah.
This is like the later Superman from Icons because they did like the regular Superman and then they did like a Rebirth style.
That does look good. That looks pretty cool. All right.
That Superman is so expensive now. It's unreal.
The Muppets? Oh, the Icons, you mean?
The Mafex, it's insanely expensive.
Oh yes, it's sold out. It's sold out now. You can't.
It's like $200 to $250 right now, I think.
I was extremely lucky. I was just sitting on the BBTS page waiting for somebody's pre-order to lapse, and I sniped that shit up. Like a hog hunting a truffle. I was fucking.
He was hog hunting truffles.
I actually forgot. I actually raffled a Superman this past week. So yeah, it did go for.
Oh my god!
I forgot. Half that stuff is not actually my actual own figure or whatever. So I forget sometimes. But yeah, it went for 300.
Who would?
Right.
Hell yeah! Hey, shout out to Finn for going to absolutely any length to getting a smiling Superman head on this figure.
It's not a full-on smile. It's a little like.
I know, but it's better. It's better than what came with it for sure.
Yeah.
But this back one is the regular Mafex head, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then this one is also an Icons Wonder Woman because I used to have this actually, and she's from the 7-pack, but she's bigger than the single packed one, so she fits better in scale with 6-inch figures.
You remember when that 7-pack was $20 at Barnes and Noble? How incredible was that?
Wow. And that was the Icon set to get for sure because it was like improvements in size and other features over like the single packed ones.
And it got that cheap. I was like, I only need one. Why would I need 7 more? What an absolute idiot was I.
Well, this makes me think that we're gonna get a Mafex Wonder Woman soon.
Oh, no doubt.
Hey man, that Mafex Catwoman And it's right now it's battling Vapor in my mind for top figure of the year. It's pretty nuts.
I see her in a lot of displays, or I've seen her in a lot of displays over these past few weeks. That's also sold out.
You don't have her order?
I didn't plan on buying that figure at all, but now that it's sold out, it's kind of piquing my interest or whatever. But I'm
creeping up.
That FOMO. That's right.
The foamies.
Yeah.
It's on community boogeyman. FOMO.
A little FOMO at the mouth.
FOMO at the mouth. Yep. So yeah, that was that row, and then the next row we had we have G.I. Joe here. Again, the cartoon was the lead out shot, but this is all Major Blood. A little play on words here. Get it back in blood, as in Major Blood. That's a rap song right now from a character named Pooh Shiesty.
Incredible.
But yeah, the first photo was from Geekyfresh, using some A.C.B.A cutouts, and then the second photo we got Megatron again with a second feature, and this week with a really nice shot with the sunlight in the back and Major Blood, and then that last shot is actually my shot. Another A.C.B.A cutout there, Major
Nothing
Blood.
but nice things to say about this one, huh?
Yeah, no doubt. This is excellently put together, probably the best shot on Saturday's Salvo. Then we got some dinosaur action here. Shout out to Muhammad, another A.C.B.A admin, making it here.
This was a great example of somebody setting up a display and keeping it on the table for days on end and getting multiple shots out of it as well. Because he put out like a couple of shots with this specific with like this setup, but different angles and different.
He's got another shot in that actual grouping actually.
Incredible.
Too.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the middle shot is Alex Blah. Shout out to him, the legend of Blah. And this is really well lit and nice and cool. And then
that's a huge pile of shit.
It's from Muhammad. I don't know what he used there for shit. I don't know if it's peanut butter or what, but very.
It looks
funny.
like cookie dough.
Cookie dough, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else saw David Walton's comment on this photo.
What?
The greatest comment I've probably ever read in my life in terms of A.C.B.A. He said, "I can't believe you went the distance." I'm ad-libbing here, but like, I can't believe you went the distance on this diorama, but didn't go the extra mile and take an actual shit on this.
What a fucking maniac!
Oh my god!
And this is great. These 3 3/4 inch like cheap ass Jurassic Park figures, and a set that probably cost him really absolutely nothing to make almost. It's just great lighting, great focus, and creativity, and a little bit of humor in there, and that's what it is, man. Again, you could see the gears of people's mind and how insanely genius some people are with toy photography and shit like that. So shout out to him. He's like one of the best people in terms of shooting 3 3/4 inch stuff and making it look larger than life, and on a lot of MSD and perspective stuff, and I think he's one of the best people doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Just to clarify, this is refried beans.
Oh yes.
The pile of shit is refried beans, baby. Let's
refried beans.
That actually makes perfect sense, right? Don't beans make you go to the bathroom?
It will come out looking exactly like that. So yeah.
Told his abuela to turn on the pod, get some beans going, because he's got a good shot in mind.
Basically.
Whoa. Not so fast.
Not so fast.
Throw him on a diet, put a Jurassic Park figure. Baby, you got an A.C.B.A shot going.
I think he's got like 3 or 4 kids. He probably took that off of one of their plates. They didn't finish their food. You know what?
Send them to their room early. Daddy needs these refried beans.
Basically. And then in this next row, we got some cutout action. First lead out shot. Another A.C.B.A admin. Probably one of the hardest working people in A.C.B.A history, Simon Hill. K.A. Plastic Snaps on Instagram.
Absolutely.
I mean, Simon's strength is that he could put together a set out of fucking anything. He is like one of those people that could like find some shit on the street and turn that shit into whatever he needs it to be, like, and just make a masterpiece out of it. So I don't even know what the fuck all of this shit is he's got going on.
This is from that Adam Sandler movie where they're like fighting like real life video game shit.
Yeah, that's what he was going for here.
I think it's called Pixels.
It is called
Pixels.
Pixels.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, I was gonna say his greatest flex of strength so far has been making this movie look palatable in any sort of way possible.
He turned this Adam Sandler vehicle into actual art.
It looks like he's got some small toy cars, some small barrels here. I don't know. I don't even know what the Pac-Man is, if that's a legit.
You got
toy
Tetris
thing.
pieces, you got the Mario coins and the flower, and goddamn, this
Oh,
backdrop from the NECA street scene. I mean, god dang, that is all.
Very, very creative here. Obviously, this took a lot of time and energy. I think sometimes like people glaze over the amount of time it takes to even get one figure set up in a vanilla shot and get that perfect light in and that perfect frame up and stuff like that. Like, this is why oftentimes when I'm in a group and I'm just cruising and I see some shit, I could like almost like dive into that person's room in their mind and like see what all went into that shit. Like, I understand it on a different level, and I'll just throw a comment on there and say, "Yo, give respect where respect is due," or "This deserves more love or more respect," or whatever, because I know the time that it takes to put together some of these works of art. You know, so yeah, Simon with the lead out shot here, and then the second shot was from Naf with custom head sculpt of himself, I believe, too.
Yeah, V1 and V2.
All right, so there we go. What an A.C.B.A. cutout. This is funny and creative and whatever. Maybe you wouldn't really understand it or get it if you weren't in the A.C.B.A. group, but you could still recognize the creativity of it and the humor in it still.
I think this is one of those new. I was just seeing a listing for this. This is the there's like a third party company that's doing like just bodies, like suited bodies.
Okay. So that's a legit middle finger hand that came with that actual figure.
I think so, yeah. And then the other one is on the Mezco Punisher, Netflix Punisher.
Yes. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
And then
we got figure in action. Dia Mahmood, I think is his actual name on Facebook. If I'm not mistaken.
Wow, you nailed it.
Okay,
and yet you don't know what episode we're on. All right, interesting.
Yeah, we'll see where he minds that book.
One thing I'll give myself credit for is knowing who's who in the community. Like, I don't care how big or small you are, but for the most part, I look at everything. I'll be checking out shit, even if I don't comment on your shit or hit like sometimes or whatever. I recognize who's putting up heat and who's doing what, and I try to remember people's names for at least. But A.C.B.A. cut out here, Wolverine looking like he's straight out of the off the computer screen, video game or some shit. And he's got articulated icon ninjas here, the double slash from Wolverine, well put together, well hidden stand, totally tangible here. This is the A.C.B.A. way right here. Nothing really wrong with this photo. It's almost perfect for the most part. It looks like it's straight out of the pages of a comic book. So again, well deserved slot. Saturday Salvo. This one here is from Studio D Dioramas. Again, another sort of small figure meant to look like it's larger than life. Very well placed little buildings, burnt out buildings, and a great backdrop, great lighting, all tangible. You know, nothing shopped or anything on here. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but again, we trying to mostly highlight things that are done in the A.C.B.A. way. And what else we got? What's the final shots here? Oh, this was a cool one this week. I'm not sure if he actually shot this outside or if his lighting was put together to make it look like actual natural sunlight.
I was about to say the same thing. Yeah. Because this guy he is really good at taking shots that convince you that it's taken outside. If you like scroll through like all like I recognize his shots all the time. And, like, they're lit very well. They're lit very well.
So this one is really cool. Obviously, a play on the Spider-Man meme. Ah, look, he's got some video. Okay, perfect.
There we go. Let's see. Pull it out.
Where are you? Where are you?
It looks indoors to me. It looks indoors. I see some blinds back here. Yeah,
it's indoors. Yeah, he's wow.
That's impressive.
That's very impressive.
Wow.
I'm sure there's a little bit of Lightroom editing or something just to brighten it. That's totally fine, but that's not an easy feat to accomplish. Is making it look so outdoorsy.
Absolutely, and the video proves it. That if it looks that good in the video, like it's done right for sure.
No doubt.
The one fucking strong light source cast in the shadows, yeah, that'll create the whole illusion right there.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys never seen his BTS where he has the fucking the Gotham City searchlight in his living room?
What?
Yeah, it's 10 feet tall.
What?
Well, that's actually one of my favorite shots from him. That the Pokemon fishing shot.
That's a great one.
Oh yeah, that one is so fire. That Pokemon
This one, yeah.
Very good. Great use of a cutout.
Put in a lot of fucking work on this.
Yeah.
He did shop one thing out of this, though. I think I remember him talking about it in the group. I think he shopped out the stand. I feel like I remember saying, "Oh, damn, you could have just covered it completely with the cutout there, and it would have been totally fine or whatever." But a lot of work here. This is a technique, the glass technique that has been cultivated in the A.C.B.A. group. I think it's safe to say that it started in A.C.B.A.
Yeah.
I don't. It's funny. Like funny little community story. I don't remember who it was, but maybe Boog will remember. The first person to like really make this prominent, I don't remember who it was, but they wouldn't tell us what they were doing. Being like assholes.
Yeah.
It's a secret, it's tangible. I'm not gonna let you know. I don't remember who it was, but he was being like a fucking dick. And then somebody in the comments was like, "You're doing it with
remember
glass."
that. I do remember that.
You remember somebody outed him. You're doing it with glass, asshole. Just tell people. Like, how did you know? It was hilarious.
I
I
do
wish I
remember that. I don't remember who it was though, but I do vaguely remember that. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I think, and we was kind of like going nuts in the group because we like, yo, that's the purpose of the group. We share the information.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm not telling you. It's my secret."
Well, this could have been a Bush's baked bean situation. We don't know the full story, so.
Honestly, I think the first person I remember seeing with the glass technique, and it was done differently than this, was actually you, Poncho, because you had done.
Oh, stop!
Like I'm not complimenting you. I'm just saying that it was the first I saw.
No, he's not complimenting you. He's telling us that you're the person that would refuse to tell us the fucking.
Right.
No.
I'm burying you. I'm burying
I
you.
do remember that though. I do remember P being one of the first people that I saw do it, but
it wasn't to hold stuff in air. It was to create a reflection. Remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, there's been a lot of different techniques. Obviously, he has it up right here. People have laid it down and shot from beneath for like flying scenes, and like there's so many different ways. As long as your glass is clean and your lens is clean and you can hit the right angle, you could definitely make this work. And this is a tangible way to do some things without having to shop something out. This looks amazing. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's cool. This is fucking his best shots of all time, I think. Yeah.
God, just how crazy like the background is to create that depth is super impressive. Because right here, I would have thought this would just be like a monitor backdrop from Windows XP or something.
Absolutely.
Yep. Again, like I mean, this had to be at least a 24-hour setup, like at the very least. You know what I'm saying? This looks like one of those things he probably had to like back away from for a day and come back and like work on it and perfect it and shit like that. You know, this is not. Doesn't seem like it's one of those things that come together in like 5, in like 10 minutes. Sometimes you be in the groove, and sometimes you put together some shit real quick that's still really intricate. But other times, sometimes you'll be working on some shit for a week. So
yeah, some great photos from a great photographer with a great name.
There you go. I just wanted to highlight like the last 3 shots here, and then we could move on to the rest of the topics or whatever.
Yeah.
Another one from Geekyfresh. He's got a few features this week. Another cutout here. Again, this is A.C.B.A. at its finest and its essence here. One of Hasbro's better MCU figures or movie figures or whatever. This Deadpool was one of their best from the past year.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Some more.
Some 1v1 picks. This guy I'm not like super familiar with. Jerry Todd, I guess. But hey, he had the lead out photo for this grouping. This is 1v1, so we got Wolverine versus Juggernaut. This is actually a play on an old comic cover. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that. And then we've got Saint Flickerbacher. This is Nelmer, if I'm
What
not
a
mistaken.
great name.
Yeah, seriously.
Orville
And,
Flickerbacher.
Pyro versus Colossus, and he posted this in the group, and it said totally tangible. He hashtagged it just
Hell
to
yeah.
Okay.
Hashtag don't leave me
a
a
little
backhanded
poke on it.
comment.
We got the final shot in this series. We got a recreation of Secret Wars Doom taking out Thanos, and this is from another one of our admins here, Day Johnson. We talked about Day last week and his business across the pond. What's his Instagram for the business?
A Big Daddy Day.
It's Asteroid M.
Asteroid M. So that's a play on Magneto's space base from back in the day. You know, Day Johnson is a big X-Men fan. So yeah, follow Asteroid M on Instagram as well.
AsteroidM.co.uk.
There you go.
There you go. If you're in the UK and you need the latest and greatest in comics and figures, I think they're the people to hit up.
Absolutely.
We need to add our people in our network across our Instagram too, actually. But yeah, this is a shot from
Evil Axolotl.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his real name though. Shit.
It doesn't stay here.
All right, I'm drawing a blank right now, but I do know who this is. But anyway, this is something that we've seen quite a few different times. Venom with some black slime with sludge or whatever to kind of mimic or mock the symbiote here, and he's actually pouring that shit on his Mafex Venom. So more power to him. Much love. I hope he got to watch that shit out.
And is his name Kam Zubairi?
Yeah, Cam
Zubairi. All right.
There we go. Yes.
So we'll think we go on Geek TV for that one. We'll get to your super chat in a moment.
Nice white hot shot here. You know, he's got the perfect white balance. Everything here looks great. Framed
I love
up.
how you can. It's not like a detriment to the photo, but I personally like how you can see like the reflection of his ring light throughout it.
In the slime.
Yeah.
It works for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't take away from the photo. I just like knowing that it's there.
It's happy little accidents, babe.
Yeah, looks cool.
Real nice. And then we got Crunchy Cheeto Creations here with the Red Hulk versus the AIM soldiers.
Not Cheetos Puffs Creations.
I need some of these AIM soldiers with the black gloves. These are the Hasbro Pulse ones. But he sent some work into to the email, and that's another way. If you have stuff, hit us up on in the DMs on the A.C.B.A. Instagram. If you have some stuff, if it's mostly tangible, and we'll take a look at it and possibly look at it for features. I'm not gonna lie to you, we're not gonna post nothing that's whack. So if it's subpar,
that's actually a great segue into the one of the super chats we got, but we can get to it like right after this photo.
And this was usually the last shot on the Saturday Salvo. We try to make it a big one that was really well done, or just some sort of like cap off to the grouping of shots that was posted this week. And what better ending here than with Wolverine from the trilogy. And this is just so well put together, so well posed. I don't know what he used for the little X-23, the Laura figure or whatever here, but this is really nicely done.
Kind of looks like the John Connor figure, actually.
You think so? Oh, you know what? It does. It does. He might have just put a different head with long hair on there.
Yeah, but that's
right.
the camo jacket, yeah, and the backpack.
Might be right. He might have. Damn, I wonder if he took the legs or nah. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
that's how our minds work. Whenever we look at photos.
Another really well lit photo that looks like it's actually outdoors too. So I'm not sure what he's using for his bright light. I'm thinking that that's a computer screen here, though. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know
Could be.
for sure. But at the collection possession here, I believe that is Albert Pearson, maybe? Am I right about that?
Does not say, but you've been pretty on point this whole time.
I believe that's Albert, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, shout out to him with the final shot on Saturday. Salvo, meaning that it's one of the best from the week for sure. So I thought this was really nice. So
Mhm.
again, that's what we doing, man. We working out throughout the week, and at the end of the week, the payoff is us trying to elevate you and trying to highlight you. And moving forward, we want to elevate you and highlight you with words and your accolades and stuff here on this podcast, and that's what it's going to be. So,
Mhm.
yeah, man. All right, let's move on into these topics that took longer than I expected. But,
Can we get into these super chats real quick? Because the last one I think is a great
Yeah.
question.
Yeah,
All right,
let's start with Going Geeks real quick first, then we'll move up the line for sure. Yeah, I said it as if I wasn't going to be the one to say it out loud. What a dumbass I am. Going Geek TV hits us with $5 Singapore dollars. He said, "Mad love to the A.C.B.A crew. Question of the day, just wondering, what factors besides the A.C.B.A group do you guys check out / scout out for featuring photos on the Instagram?"
I mean, it's about the triple C's. It's got to be clean, crop, contain. Extra points for tangibility, extra points for all of those things, and maybe using a cutout. Um, it also just depends on where it fits and how the shots are curated. Like, some stuff you may not see pop up on Saturday Salvo, maybe because it was a little more vanilla, that will pop up on Sunday for Simple Sunday. Sometimes on Simple Sunday, we'll feature another 21 shots. We'll do 7 in each clip for 3 clips for Sunday for Simple Sunday. It just depends. It depends on how your photo may fit in with other photos in the grouping, within a row of 3, or within the grouping for one slot within that row. It just depends. It depends. Sometimes your photo is just really, really well done, and you deserve your own slot, and you don't really need to be featured with other photos and stuff like that too. Like, sometimes we just trying to get eyes on something that didn't get a lot of attention during the week, and we may group it with some other things to get your wheels turning, to get the spectators' wheels turning, and to get them looking at it. It just all depends, but it's got to be good. It's got to be technically good. Like, from every technical aspect, it's got to be well lit. It's got to be well posed. If something looks out of place or doesn't look right as far as like the anatomy of the figure goes or something like that, we looking at all of that stuff. It's the same. We treat the features like we treat any contest, like when we judge in a contest, and there's categories in the contest, posing, lighting, whatever the categories normally are, the 5 categories normally are. But that's what it is. I remember last week or the week before last, we had looked at a shot from what's your man name that works with Mezco now? Your boy Fabio.
Gomez.
Not Gomez.
Jason B. Michael. My bad. I was muted.
yeah. Jason B. Michael, who's an amazing photographer, and takes some great shots and shit like that. But I pointed out the foot on his on the vapor figure looked a little weird. It didn't look natural, and we
Mhm.
look at shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you got 30,000 followers or some shit like that. If it don't look right, it just don't look right. We're not gonna fuck with it. We're not gonna feature it. That doesn't mean that you any less of an artist, but we looking for the cream of the crop, the top notch, and people that actually know how to pose first and foremost, because that's your foundation for any good display. If you could pose, you could play. You could do this. You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes, a lot of people that use stands and they rely on shopping out the stand at the end won't take the time to make sure everything is on point as far as the anatomy goes and those little things like the running poses and stuff like that because they know they're just going to shop out the stand. And when it's all said and done, it don't necessarily look as great as it probably could if they would have just paid attention to those little minor details. Like I always say when I comment on shit in the group, devil is in the details. Every little thing counts. So those little intricacies they matter. That attention to detail matters, and we could tell when you actually taking the time to fix those things and make it look as great as it possibly can. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's just your willingness to go the distance, basically, and to make sure everything is sound. And people that take advice well and are able to go back to the drawing board and work on something and take the advice and make the shot better. You know what I'm saying? And we'll look at that shit and we'll go and pluck out the shot that they worked on. So that's why other groups like Plastic and Paint and The Grind, that's why those things matter, where you get like a real intense sort of real critical eye on your stuff before you actually post it to the board and before it's actually even up for a look or for a feature, So
Right, and that's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, we just want to keep highlighting people that's working really hard. So if you're working hard, just keep working hard. You're gonna get seen. You're gonna get.
And there's also the on the Discord we have the on the table channel. So if you're in the middle of working on something, you're looking for that feedback. Punch, you know what I'm talking about. You tell them.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing, real quick, P. Last thing I want to say on this is a lot of people every week hit me up and private messages on Facebook, on Instagram, and they want me to take a look at their shot and ask me for pointers and tips. And a lot of people tag me in their pictures on Instagram and stuff like that. The easiest way to get with me is through the group. I'm always in the group. I'm always looking at stuff, and I'm always trying to source a lot of stuff from the group. Now, I do look at Instagram a lot, but honestly, I'm not going to really give you much feedback or go too crazy on Instagram. You got to be a part of one of our groups and really get with me in that capacity. I'm honestly trying to fall back a little bit as far as being in the mix with a lot of like messages and stuff like that. So I would recommend that you just hashtag us on Instagram, hashtag A.C.B.A or Articulated Comic Book Art, or just come join the group and just post. Just get off the fence, get off the bench, just post. If you put your stuff up, it's gonna get seen. We got 25 admins in the group. Somebody's gonna see it. Somebody's gonna point it out and be like, "Yo, this is hot. It should get featured." So, that's what it is. Go ahead, Pete. Sorry.
Really? Oh, no. I was just gonna say, yeah. Yeah. If you just want to get more of like communal feedback as well, A.C.B.A Discord also a great place to do that too. Just join the Discord. Tons of great guys that are always in there day to day, always willing to help out in your displays and stuff. Like Fabio said, we have on the table. We just basically just post what you have set up at the moment or whatever. If you really want to get into the nitty gritty and want to get some advice and whatnot, there's like a whole other channel, What to Grind On, specifically just for, absorbing advice on your shots and little pointers and tips here and there. So yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, the best way really is to join any of those groups or the Discord or everything, because on Instagram there's not really too big of a critique culture, you know what I mean? So it's more of a consent issue, I guess. Like, no one wants you to just come cold onto their Instagram and be like, "Yo, this photo's great, but it can work on this, that." By joining one of these official groups from us, it's giving consent in a lot of ways that you understand that by posting there, you are welcoming that critique or that advice.
Absolutely, yeah. I think you really said it. Like, for as great as Instagram is, it's not heavy on, like you said, critique culture. But like A.C.B.A, the foundation of A.C.B.A, especially the group on Facebook, is built off the consensus that It's a place where you go to get advice, give advice, and just generally share information. So that's the biggest strength of like A.C.B.A, the Facebook group, of the Reddit, of the Discord and stuff. Everybody's open to advice. Nobody is above anybody in any of these groups. We're all peers. We're all equals. Anybody can learn from anyone.
But some of us are more equal than others.
Oh, brother.
Just that is a double entendre. That makes no sense. It's a complete oxymoron. It's a joke. Let's move on.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, hopefully that answered your question, Bjorn. So yeah. Moving on up before we move into the rest of the topics. Carlos Cerrone hit us with $5. He said, wanted to show some love and remind everybody, if you buy one Mythic Legion, you're just going to sink into another collecting hole. Incredible. Mm-hmm. And then
oh, I'm in such trouble. They have Cosmic Legions like starting fresh very soon, and that might be a jumping on point for me.
Yeah, really. That's always like the best and the worst whenever a proven toy line is starting a whole new toy line, and then now you're like, oh shit, well I can get it on the ground floor. I might as well, right? I mean, like, I'll just buy them as they come out. Honestly, I mean, I won't be spending that much. Like, it's not like I'll be going back and whatever. No, you're still broke. you're still fucked up. Like, it's gonna happen no matter what.
We talk about this cosmic thing before.
We did.
They teased it at like the last like Legions Con type of thing, but they haven't officially shown it. I think they'll be showing it this year at the next con.
It's gonna be a game too.
There's a game coming out too. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? They may actually have some stuff ready to show in October. You know, New York Comic Con is coming back. So
all I'll say on the topic is make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube, because I may have a guest in the coming weeks or month that maybe shed some light on this stuff.
Incredible.
All right. That was great.
Carlos Cerrone also hit us with 5 more, specifically to say, and always remember, Mortal Kombat was a movie. Incredible.
Oh, that was a movie.
Sure.
Never forget, brother.
I didn't even finish it.
Well, Boog, I'll tell you what. Out of all the movies I saw, Mortal Kombat was definitely one of them. Next up is Shane Miller. he hit us with $5. He said, "What's up, boys? Been a minute." Yo, big ups to Shane Miller, man.
Yo,
what a guy!
Shane, man. That guy, I fucking love Shane, man.
What's up to the boys, dude? Hell yeah, thank you, dude.
It's my bro right there.
Yeah, Shane was there whenever we first met, Boog. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, Shane is another person that has been in the community for a very long time. I would say almost from the very beginning. Somebody that always comes out to the cons and gets to hang out with the whole crew, and somebody that I've met in person many a time, shared many beers and meals and stuff with. So yeah, shout out to Shane.
Oh yeah. Jermichael Johnson hit us with $2. He said, "Happy Saturday, A.C.B.A crew. Hype for tonight's show." Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Thanks, JMJ.
And then Bo Biggs, the man, the myth, hit us with 20. No message, but we hear you loud and clear, baby. Hell yeah.
Bro.
Woo! What's the $20 holler?
Yeah, shout out to Bo Biggs, who has always supported the show, or has supported since we've been back in heavy rotation, and has definitely hooked me up on the side with some very, very good deals. Thank you, Bo. Appreciate it.
Both very integral to the mythology of the A.C.B.A podcast. They're in the canon.
Absolutely. So yeah, that wraps it up for community topics. Moving forward, maybe they won't be as robust as this week's. This week's we kind of just wanted to go over Saturday Salvo, kind of ease everybody into the new community section, or the return of the community section of the podcast. Yeah,
that's my bad. My girl said I talked too fucking much tonight.
It's okay. Hey, if there was anything you could have talked about for an extremely long amount of time, it would be highlighting the community. So hell yeah.
That's all good.
But yeah, moving forward, we'll just it'll be more curated, and then more planned out as well.
Real quick though, can you just show Diego shot that with the Iron Man armory right there?
This one?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I think that we're gonna get a legit Iron Man armory part or something that we'll be able to build from Hasbro at some point. I think that's gonna happen, because this was the Disney one that everybody's been using here.
Mm-hmm. Man,
but
and
the way
much
he put it
respect
together is,
him for using the actual Tony Stark suited body from the Marvel Unlimited like exclusive.
that nobody uses.
Yeah, right. But you went the extra mile to use it because he's got the proper, red and yellow colors on him, from the tie and the shirt. This isn't some Bruce Banner affair. This isn't a chameleon body. No, this is the Tony Stark body.
The Tony Stark.
A.C.B.A. cutout, a lot of vibrant colors and stuff here. This is really, really well put together.
It pops. And Groban would like this. Groban likes his girls to pop.
Hell yeah.
Good shit. Should we get into some of the top stories? Not everything, right?
True.
Just the top that's most interesting to us.
Like the legend Randy Savage once said, the cream will always rise to the top, baby. And that's exactly what's going on.
Hey. It's to the tippy top.
The tippy top.
Cream.
Incredible.
But yeah, we'll get into that. What do we got? Run us through the top stories, Punch. What do we got?
Yes,
today?
it was so long ago that when I first ran through these, I feel like let's do it again. Let's
right.
We're gonna start off with Hasbro, SHF, Mofex, Revoltech. We're gonna round it out with Mezco and Miscellaneous as well.
Hell yeah.
Hasbro showed off, I think, just one thing this week, right? Or am I remembering it wrong? I don't know.
Marvel Legends definitely only showed off one single thing.
Yeah, that was like today even.
Was it
yesterday, sir?
Yesterday. Here we go. All right, whatever. There she is. There's your girl. You know her, you love her.
Hey,
Timing
man,
it as always with the Loki TV show.
I love that open hand, man. That open hand shit. That shit looks good.
Dang, I didn't even notice the open hand. Wow. Rick.
Shit looks dope. I've done the fact that that's like the first time we've ever had a hand like that is depressing. Come on, legend.
The only thing that really takes me away from this figure, it looks nice for sure. The likeness is good, but the bottom, like the pants and the boots, are so plain.
Yeah.
Which is great because they could reuse that for something else, but just in terms of like the design is like, damn, she just plain black pants, huh?
I'm thinking it was purposeful. They were just like, hey man, like gotta get something out of this one.
Yeah.
They're just like,
they can for sure reuse these for something clever down the line, but it's just like, damn, it really stands out as being really plain amongst the rest of it.
You really think the likeness is there? I don't know, man.
I don't think so.
I think it's serviceable for sure.
Yeah, it's okay. It's
from this angle, yeah, it's a little weird.
So
I mean, let's get one thing clear. Like, they're never, at least in my opinion, Hasbro's never great when it comes to likeness. But and that same token, I don't expect them to be. These fucking toys are $20.
They're better than this.
If I wanted likeness, I'd collect Hot Toys.
Mm-hmm. Rick with his pinky out. Jesus Christ.
Looking down from the balcony at the peasants.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Is this actually accurate though? I mean, I don't know. I literally just watched this week's episode like a couple hours before we got on the podcast, so I don't know.
I don't know either. This doesn't look very accurate. This doesn't. It looks like an Endgame situation, to be quite honest, where they got like some Matterly concept art, and they're all like, "All right, do what you want with this." They're like, "Okay, yeah, we'll check it out. We'll see."
Yeah, they'll do a. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say we'll see this again in 4 years with an updated sculpt.
Yeah, and more detailed pants somehow.
True.
Yeah, six months ago, somebody at Marvel was like, "Oh fuck, did anybody send Hasbro an updated picture of Sylvie?" And they're like, "Oh no,
oh well,
fuck, no, I didn't. Oh man, oh well."
Oh well.
I'm looking at these boots and I'm like, they look like some boots that Hasbro has already used before, but primarily on male characters though. And then I'm looking at the legs and I'm like, I don't know, it just doesn't look right in terms of the proportions and shit.
Yeah, I think Sylvie in the show specifically, she looks very, very feminine. This does not it's not representing the way she looks in the show for me. Potentially.
Yeah, this is the one thing that Hasbro showed off this past week or yesterday, Friday. But again, they did line it up with the show or the reveal of the character.
Absolutely.
Full reveal of the character of the show or whatever. So I'll give them credit for that. But I'm not excited about this figure at all.
Hasbro themselves had an incredibly big announcement that had nothing to do with Marvel in any way.
Oh.
They put up a teaser trailer for the collaboration between Jurassic Park and Transformers. So get fucking ready for that.
Hey, what? That was a real line though. That wasn't something new. It was something that they almost did back in the day.
They're doing it now. They
They
announced
are?
it for 2021. Yeah, they made a trailer for it.
What? Okay, I gotta look this up.
That's
Where-
like a
who
little
asked
10-second trailer. If I had to take a guess, I would assume that it's like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I wouldn't know, but yeah, they just released the trailer. It was like all over my feed. Like people were like, "It's finally happening!" Like dinosaurs are transforming into fucking Optimus. Like,
Oh, okay. Yeah, here we go. I'll play it right here.
there we go.
Should be good with audio, right?
Do not play that music.
Whoa. Is this Beast Wars? Oh, kind of.
Well, they announced that too. They
That's
announced-
true.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, they did. We can get that in the movies and TV segment, but yeah.
And then like
They announced the new Beast Wars movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Transformers, what is it, 6 or 7? Who fucking
there you
knows?
go.
Shit. Who knows?
Oh, wait,
2021.
a live action movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a live action, what's it called? Like Rise of the Beasts or something.
Really?
Some
Oh my
wild
God.
shit like that. Who knows?
You know what? I guess that's where the last one left off, didn't it?
It was the Dinobots, right?
Yeah, I thought so. Right?
That's true. They
Yeah,
did
not
have.
in the Bumblebee movie. That universe is dead. The one from
Oh,
before.
No.
Well,
I
no,
meant
they
the actual Michael Bay Transformer movies, didn't they? And didn't the last one have the supposed Dinobots or whatever?
It did, yeah.
that's the one where the knights had Dinobots.
The one-
I
The
didn't
one
wa-
where they
I didn't watch
fight
it.
in, the one where they fight in, oh no, maybe it wasn't last night. I think it was Age of Extinction.
Yeah, it
So
was
the
the one
previous
before.
Cool that you fucking say that because you like the one with the knights. Yeah, it had every fucking thing. It was too much.
Every Transformers movie has every fucking thing.
That universe is dead, and now this new one ties into Bumblebee.
Well,
Does it?
I heard they're gonna split the universe. Like one universe is gonna have like one set of films is gonna follow the old universe, and one is gonna follow the new one. Why would they do that
ew.
shit?
Multiverse is just like everywhere these days.
True. I mean, like, I don't know, man.
This is another case, okay, of I don't have it with me, but my tinfoil hat on, okay? This is another case of the government and the media and Hollywood preparing us a slow drip feed for what's actually coming. Before it was aliens, now it's the fact that there's multiverses.
That's
okay?
true. That's true.
They're trying to soften the blow for when they reveal, like, yeah, the Hadron Collider actually opened up a portal to an alternate reality, and by going there, we split that reality into multiple timelines.
Yeah, it's so all of us just go, of course there's multiple universes, because everything tells us there is.
Absolutely.
This is-
Those aliens are not aliens, they're a different universe. Oh,
We
that
are-
makes even more sense.
We are one alcoholic scientist away from living in Rick and Morty.
Stupid.
we already been slipped out of our reality when Trump became the president. That was enough evidence that we was in another timeline.
We're in a
I
branch.
thought you were going to say Nelson Mandela, but yeah, that too. That too, man.
There are some. I think we talked about this before, but there's definitely some very strange things that I remember one way that apparently are not that way as far
Right.
as the Mandela effect shit goes, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure it was Berenstein Bears, but I keep being told it's Berenstain.
Yeah,
Something's
One.
up with Jack, man. Come on.
that's one. The one that I talked about, or the one that was like stood out to me the most. I talked about with my brother was the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, shit.
Because I remember as a kid, you would take a class trip to the Statue of Liberty and you could go up into the crown. Like there was like one like final walkway or stairway where you could go up into the very top. But apparently that's not true. I don't know. And I asked my brother because he definitely took a trip to Statue of Liberty as a kid. And he said, yeah, we definitely went up the steps into the very top or whatever. So I don't know.
Unreal.
Hey, the truth
Unreal.
is out there, Bug, for sure.
Wow.
Just to
Long
bring
reminder,
background, this is what's happening, and this is the new like Bumblebee, like Transformers typeface.
Yeah. It's Rise of the Beast.
Right. So to be clear, this is from the last Bumblebee movie, that universe. That's what you're saying?
I don't know. I want to say yes, but I don't know. Well, this.
I wonder if this will be like an origin to the Michael Bay Transformers movie, even though they like arrived on Earth in the original movie. Like, I don't know.
Oh, you know how we'll know is John Cena in this?
I hope he is.
I
Dude.
hope so too.
You guys
I
are
love
getting it
John
confused.
Cena.
John Cena was part of the other universe, not the Bumblebee shit.
No, he was in Bumblebee. Yeah,
He was in Bumblebee. You're getting it
He was?
confused, brother.
You're right. All right. Sorry. I didn't even see the Bumblebee shit.
No,
This
the other one
one's
was Josh
gonna
Duhamel, or it was Timothy Oliphant. Sorry.
This one's gonna be in like the 90s too. So like, Bumblebee was in the 80s, I believe. This one is gonna be in the 90s.
That's
Okay.
sick.
So there, you're probably gonna see some fucking like Surge, 3D Doritos, or whatever, or Dunkaroos,
We're gonna
or
have,
shit like that in there.
These Transformers better be fighting each other with Pogs.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna bring back Pogs for sure. Pog.
Yeah, I guess the original director of Bumblebee was supposed to do this, but ended up doing something else. He was like, never mind.
Never mind. Hey, did Peter Cullen voice Optimus Primal too, or no? Or was that a different voice actor?
No, it was the different voice actor. The guy who did Optimus Primal then went on to be regular Optimus Prime in like the Cybertron trilogy.
Okay. I was about, because I wasn't sure. I was like, is Peter Cullen gonna be voicing two dudes named Optimus in the same fucking movie?
Okay, well, just reading the Wikipedia description. It says the film serves as a direct sequel to Bumblebee.
Hell yeah.
Primarily influenced by Beast Wars, the film will center around Optimus Prime in 1994 in Brooklyn, New York City, and Machu Picchu, Peru. Of course.
Those go together like ham and cheese.
Yeah.
I think Brooklyn, I think Machu Picchu, Peru.
And apparently it's directed by the guy who did Creed 2.
Oh,
what a pull!
The lesser film.
When I think Beast Wars, I think Apollo Creed.
Yeah, not just that, but a lesser movie about Apollo Creed's spin-off.
But Peter Cullen is coming back as Optimus Prime on this one, but also listed is Optimus Primal. So there'll be two Optimuses in this one.
Now, this is upsetting to me.
It's gonna be fully optimized. One could say, "Fuck it."
I mean, to be fair, in the lore, they've said they're two different people.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, because in Beast Wars, they find the body of Starscream.
They sure do. They find the body of a lot of dudes too,
and they're like fucking huge. Like they're actual like giant Transformer size, and the Maximals and the Predacons are normal animal size. Except for Megatron, who's like a really tiny little T-Rex, I guess.
Well, he used to be a gun, so it's an
we really did veer like straight to the after show segment on this one.
We really did, but it's okay.
We're deeply in there, but that's fine because this actually was big news because I actually really liked Bumblebee.
Me too.
Bumblebee was incredible. It had John Cena. You can't lose.
It had Kate Bishop in it. The girl was playing Kate Bishop in Hawkeye.
Yeah. Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
I love Seinfeld.
Right?
No, what, dude? Honestly, it was funny when
all these transforming robots.
When Bumblebee came out, I didn't really know who she was. I was like, dude, oh my god, is this Jerry Seinfeld's daughter? And then I looked at the name and I was like, oh, there's a T in there.
Yeah, she was the girl in True Grit, like the remake with Jeff Bridges, and that was like I think her first like movie role, and I believe she got some kind of nomination for it for something.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Hey, you know Jeff Bridges put out an album, and in one track it's just him pissing into a toilet.
Wow, that sounds like some real Tyler the Creator shit.
Yeah. My wife was listening to that.
You guys watched that old sketch show that he had?
I love that show, Loiter Squad.
Yeah,
the Loiter Squad.
It was actually really funny.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so you just gonna give me a birthday gift on my birthday gift at a birthday party?
That's where the meme of so that was a fucking lie came from.
A lot of great memes are birthed from that show.
It smells like bitch in here.
That show was very funny. Oh, it was.
Right.
Okay, another deep cut. What's next?
Hell yeah.
I'm into this. All right, can't wait for some more Transformers films. I will say, last final thought: if they're gonna have John Cena in this universe, they might as well make him Dom Toretto's brother and combine Fast and the Furious family with the Transformers. And now the cars that they're racing across the Antarctic ice
That is
Also,
Well,
very,
robots.
that is very
they're already-
LA Hollywood of you to think of
Yeah.
some shit.
Well,
That-
you're on the money. I don't know if anybody knows this, but they said the Jurassic Park is gonna cross over with Fast and Furious. So they could, dude, imagine Fast and the Furious X Jurassic Park X Transformers.
Listen,
Oh my
if
god!
Fast and Furious 9, you know, they do have a going into orbit scene. But I'm saying if in Fast and Furious 10 they just go straight into deep space and land on Cybertron in the middle of the Civil War, I'm here for it. I'm into it.
You didn't see the after credits? Fucking when he gets on the moon, Dom is like sweeping up, and then he sees Megatron's dead body,
Sweeping up.
and he goes, "He's family."
Everybody's family except John Cena. John Cena, we're only finding out about him for the first time. 9 movies in.
Wait, hold on. Did Fast and Furious 9 already come out or no?
I think it just came out like yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or maybe next week. Or maybe it comes out next week.
I think it came out. It came out a couple days ago.
Okay, cool. Can't wait. I love it.
Let me know when the shit's nice and clear on Plex.
Right. It's all
Cardi B is in it. We gotta watch it. I
Oh
love
my
Cardi
god.
B. You guys
Not
love
Cardi
Cardi B? I love Cardi B.
You said Cardi B is in it?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Not
All
only
right.
is she in it, but Vin Diesel confirmed that she's returning for multiple films.
Really?
Shout out to Cardi B, man. I love that lady. She's so funny.
Is she playing herself? I mean, she's playing herself, but is she playing herself?
Oh, she's playing a character named like Sylvie or something like that, or like
That's what
Cynthia.
should be in Trenches.
Is she Lady Loki?
She is Lady Luck.
She's a fucking variant. Oh
She's
man.
wearing nothing but Fashion Nova the whole time.
Listen, if you told me that Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion were variants of the same person in different timelines, I'd believe you.
Makes sense.
Exactly. That's
All
fantastic.
right.
Okay. All right. Let me get into some of the super chats here too, or into some of the regular chats, because some people are kind of clarifying what we're saying. Apparently, Haley Steinfeld lost the Oscar to Natalie Portman for Black Swan, which, you know, if you're gonna lose, that,
Rightfully so.
Right. Okay. I do remember
Rick Jones, yeah, thank you for that. I knew she was at least nominated for something because it was a big deal. She was like the youngest ever nomination. Like it used to be Adrian Brody who won for The Pianist, but then Haley Steinfeld fucking took it.
Got it. Okay.
At like 6 years or something. She was like 12 in that movie.
Interesting. All right.
All right, cool. That's Hasbro, baby.
That's it.
All of that was Hasbro.
Yeah. If there's any show we would have wowed out on, it's the one before we changed the format up. So. Hell
Honestly,
yeah.
One big last goodbye.
Absolutely.
This is important to talk about, though.
You're true.
All right, so Hasbro crossing over Jurassic Park and Transformers, which is weird because they must have had to get the license partially from Mattel for that one, right?
Hey man, Mattel's fucking scrounging up for anything. They're like, hey,
Actually, how does that actually work though? Like, I mean, if you're the license holder, you should be able to give the license to as many people as you fucking want, as long as they pay, right? So, I mean,
Well, I think I guess Mattel doesn't own Jurassic Park, but they have licensed Jurassic Park, so maybe it's a case of Jurassic Park also licensing themselves out to Hasbro for this one.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you can hold yourself out to anybody as long as they pay. That's
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
right.
Hell yeah.
There you go. It's coming.
fantastic.
John,
Okay.
real quick before we move on to SHF, John Papa Sergio hit us with 5. He said, "What's up, y'all?" Hello, John.
What up?
Hello, John, the contrarian of all contrarians.
Ah shit.
He also hit us
Is he-
with. Go ahead, Rick.
So what is he gonna say?
He also hit us with 5. He said, "With all the stuff they do to alter cars and Fast and Furious, they could just turn in a mask at this point."
True. Fuck it. Turn into Voltron.
You know what? That would actually make more sense than crossing over with Transformers.
Mhm.
Cardi B's name is Laysa, and Bow Wow's name is Twinkie. So
Wait,
Right.
Bow Wow's back, right? In this
Bow Wow's
one?
back. Bow Wow's back, baby.
Bow Wow's
Twinkie's in
back,
the building.
and Tokyo Drift main character guy is back. What was his name? Like something like Lucas Black or something really generic.
Lucas Black,
Oh my god.
best
Yeah.
friend of Twinkie.
That's right, man. If that Incredible Hulk car doesn't make a comeback, I'm walking out of my living room because I'll be watching it at home.
That's what I'm talking about.
Did y'all see? I think it was. I think it was Soldier Boy and Bow Wow were on like Instagram Live. Did you guys see that? It's just
It's going on. It's going on as we speak.
they're just fucking roasting each other.
Wait, is this like Soldier Boy up in this hoe? That guy?
Yeah, they're having a versus battle right now.
Well, versus is tonight. Oh wow.
Oh
They're doing it as we speak, man.
Well,
I saw
we appreciate everybody who's here watching instead of that, because we
Yeah.
have to compete against.
I saw a clip of them comparing like their business ventures and whatnot, and Soldier Boy was fucking dogging on him for being on like do-rags and shit, and then Bow Wow was like trying to sun him on like selling lemonade and stuff, and like he was like, "Does your lemonade taste good? Does it taste good?" And then Bow Wow just held up like a generic, because like Bow Wow like models on his like do-rags and shit, and he just pulled up like
I literally just saw his like rag brand like maybe like a month or so ago. I'm like, what the is that Bow Wow? I was like, oh. Literally right on 125th Street in Harlem.
And so Soldier Boy just holds up just a dude clearly not Bow Wow. He's like, "Is this you?" It's like it's so fucking great, dude. Michael Johnson hit us with 5 more. He said, in the first X-Men movie, they fought Magneto in the Crown. That's where he had his mutant machines. I'm from Ohio, so I thought it was always open. That's true. In a lot of movies, it shows it's open for sure.
Yeah, actually, well, the machine was in the Torch, but yeah, they were like on the Crown. That's where Wolverine famously had the the shot of him like using the claws to like go around one of the points of the crown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to go back and watch that first X-Men movie. It's probably really.
I promise this will be my last deviation comment for the time being. Does anybody remember when Little Bow Wow started to Harlem Shake during Lil Bow Wow? You just don't know. Well, he did that live on Versus. He started Harlem Shaking. The world lost their minds. I can't wait to watch it later.
Oh my god!
I might actually have to watch some of that too.
Okay.
Incredible. And last but not least, Pack Photos. Shout out to the Filipino homie. He says, shout out to Poncho for that Randy Savage quote. Never forget that he dropped a rap album and told Hulk Hogan he was be a man.
That's right.
Oh, it's the greatest song ever. He just goes,
I forgot about that.
Man, Hogan.
Damn, I gotta look that up. Wow, I forgot about that.
Man, talk about a dude who could have had a graceful retirement, but just kept going.
Damn, when the human race is finally like exterminated and shit, it's gonna be a lot of great things that's gonna be lost, man. Fuck.
Well, no,
Randy rap.
The glass half full version of that story is there's gonna be a lot of great shit for aliens to find. Or
that's right.
For real.
I can't wait for like an alien to find like a fucking Trapaholic CD and just like take it as gospel. Like, whoa, this is what they worshiped back then, huh?
Oh man, that's some wild shit, man. We some wild boys.
And real quick, Cap Lives is kindly reminding us that this is not all for Hasbro. There are some more phenomenal leaks.
Absolutely. And I linked that in the group chat for us. There were 4 leaks for Power Rangers coming up. We have the Phantom Ranger.
Right, hold on. When we say leaks, like legit, like they didn't want this to come out yet, and or Hasbro put this shit out.
There's some leaked descriptions on Amazon.
I see. Yeah. Okay, I see stuff in the group chat. Okay.
So there was the Zeo Yellow Ranger. There's Dino Charge Green. We have In Space Phantom Ranger and the In Space Pink Ranger as well. So this is a pretty monumental wave, actually. Like on the surface, it might, to people not in the know or whatever, people who are outside the line, it might just seem like a normal ass wave. But this is the first time that a wave has come out that doesn't feature a Red Ranger and doesn't feature a figure from Mighty Morphing Power Rangers. So,
so this is them really trying to show out here to see if they could actually sell this full wave, huh?
Absolutely. This is their deep cut wave. This is like their flex wave. Like, can the line survive without the mass appeal of a Red Ranger or something from Mighty Morphin? Basically, the Lightning Collection version of excluding Iron Man from one of their waves.
Yeah, they don't have an anchor character as they say.
And for like people that are trying to finish out teams and whatnot, this is an incredible wave, dude. Like everybody featured here, we have this is just nothing but beefing up your collection for In Space or Dino Charge or Zeo, any of that stuff, man. Super great. So
All right, interesting. So we saw people just put up those pictures, but it was only the actual like computer
yeah, it's just
information we
listings and stuff like that.
saw. Okay.
Absolutely. But something to be very excited about for sure, especially right off the heels of their last live, which a lot of people, weren't really happy with because it was just nothing but Pink Rangers. So this reveal is a little bit more beefy.
Yeah. I feel like there was some Star Wars reveals or something too, or news or something, right?
Could be. I don't know. Number one Star Wars podcast.
I will say that I did start watching the Bad Batch this past
Hell
week.
yeah!
I'm enjoying that, and I did see that Wrecker. Some people did get the Wrecker figure early, so maybe that's what it was.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen some people with it already. Yeah.
What the hell? Who do I gotta pay to get that?
I saw Robo or somebody from the Foosh had it, and E Rivera reviewed it actually.
Hell
Oh
yeah,
my
dude.
god!
So,
I gotta
yeah,
hit up these Chinese accounts on eBay and have them steal one for me.
I will be happy and sad to say that I watched the Bad Batch, and then I went ahead and pre-ordered the whole crew. So,
Hell
They
yeah!
got you. They got you.
They got you good. They saw you coming a mile away. All right. I believe that's actually it for Hasbro now.
Yeah.
A couple quick hits there.
So the only I put up SHF because the thing that came out today was a story that we've actually been following for a couple of weeks. They showed off like there's official photos of like that Iron Man for sure. So I just wanted to touch on it like super quick.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Heck on.
Yeah, this is like their new line that's gonna have like the manga that's gonna come out. Everybody's gonna be all fucking suited up and shit. I don't know. Depending on how much you love or hate that idea, that's great news, or the news sucks for you.
This is SHF's reaction to the Armorized line from
True.
what are they called? Sentinel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Armorized, whatever they're called. They're doing the whole line of armored suits, I don't know if that's Armorized. I think that was just the snap-on armor for Iron Man, but you know what I mean.
But yeah, man, this looks cool. It's interesting to see like the design philosophy for this whole line, because we did get some like non-official images of like when they were shown off at like some event or whatever, and everybody shares the same design philosophy. So it's pretty cool to see these guys in like high resolution photos, like up close shit and whatever. Something that I think is really cool is it seems like because they're in full control of the way the armor is designed and stuff, it almost looks like they designed it to not hinder articulation. Like, if you can look at like the knees and like the ankles and like the elbows and stuff, like they all have like room for like very good articulation. So that's pretty exciting for sure. Kind of the same effect that a lot of like manga and anime and video game designers have been adopting over the last decade or so. Like whenever they're designing stuff, they keep like cosplayers in mind and stuff like that, to where they don't want to like super like overcomplicate their designs because they want to make it a little bit easier for cosplayers to do, thus expanding their brand and stuff like that. So it's cool to see that kind of philosophy here as well.
I think it's way skinny.
Yeah, he looks a little awkwardly proportioned here without all of the gear and stuff on. I don't know. And that crotch piece looks really weird too.
It looks wild for sure.
Looks better in the back.
Well, in most cases, that's true for a lot of
you know what? It actually almost looks like it's supposed to be a woman. Like it almost looks like it could be rescue or some shit when it's just bare bones like this without the attachments. And I mentioned this before too, but with the attachments, it looks like the House of M armor a lot.
It totally does.
For sure. Hell yeah, strap a rock.
Looks good, I like the colors.
Going on here. There's a lot of shit going on here. I don't
Absolutely.
know. It looks cool, but I wouldn't buy this.
This is like for Iron Man collectors.
Yeah, this is for your Hall of Armor flex for sure. Like if you're already like 36 Iron Men in, you might as well just add this guy. Whatever.
That's a card.
Absolutely. So yeah, that basically does it for SHF, I guess. If there's anything else that we could kind of fudge in, Bandai did they do a figurized line, which is the model kit line, and they're doing an armored Batman from that line. In that model kit line, so that's pretty cool. No official images, just like a teaser image or whatever. But it's cool to see Figure Eyes kind of dipping their toes into the DC property for sure. And if there's anywhere to start for a model kit, that armored Batman definitely is it. It just translates the most.
It was one thing we know Figure Eyes could do is well, let me be clear on this first. Actually, let me be accurate. They are the ones that do those. They do a bunch of those like accessory sets and stuff too, right? That's the same Figure Eyes.
Yeah, it's like like impact effects and like waves and stuff like that.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Got it. It's like a cheaper version of some of the Tamashi effects, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And,
all right.
Yeah, just they're cheaper because you have to put them together. You got to build them and shit, and
Pretty
like,
much. Yeah.
essentially like paint them and whatnot. But I just thought,
You know what? A lot of those things don't even like. You can make them work with real like minimum effort. Like a lot of the shit you don't even have to put it together the way it's intended, and you could use it, just like we saw in Matthew's photo with Batman taking on Bizarro Superman and shit like that. Those were figurized effects right there. He didn't use them how they were originally intended to be used, but because they're so great for light piping, they just work the way he used it there. So
for sure. The photo you're sharing is not it.
No? Oh, okay.
There's no like official thing. It's just like it's like a silhouette. Hold on, if you really
My
want.
bad. Damn, all right. Damn.
statue, bro.
Okay. All right. Sure, man. What up, dude? I'm trying to fucking produce the show here. I'm trying to show the screen share.
It's true. Hey, you're just trying to save us money. I get it.
Yeah, that's me out, man. Come on.
There is an Amazon listing for it if you want to go ahead and pre-order it. If you want to pre-order something you've never seen before, I mean, what am I saying? Like that's basically part for the course in this hobby. So let's go for it. But it's inexpensive. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's like 4,900 yen. So that's like about like what, like $44 or something like that. Pretty standard
Like
for
$39 or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, like depending on where the what do you call it, the transfer is at that point in time, it could be whatever. But yeah, like these kits have just been, kits. They're kind of expensive now, like especially like Kotobukiya kits, but like the tech for these kits just keeps on getting like more and more advanced. And if you have the time and the talent to build them and make them look good, then you're sometimes getting like probably the best option for an articulated version of a character. Sometimes, depending on what it is.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you though, from what I see so far, I'm impressed.
Incredible.
Yeah, you're right. It's $44. I thought you said 4,400 yen, 4,950. Yeah.
Oh,
it's
okay.
about shit.
Yeah. So pretty excited to see what kind of tech they're gonna put into this. They do a pretty good job with like bigger, bulkier characters. Like the Jiren it moves quite well. The Broly, I haven't personally built any of the Brolys that they put out, but I heard that like the Super Broly has pretty good technology for moving and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited for this for sure. And yeah, that's it for SHF. And
wait, one more.
Uh-oh.
We got a leaked magazine.
Oh shit!
Of B-dubs.
That's right.
Yeah, she's got the comb over, baby. She's apparently she's got a twig in her hands.
This is SHF. This is Bandai. Yeah, it says SH Figure Art. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, that looks okay. This is they've given us quite a few Black Widow figures, man.
Oh yeah. I think they've given us more Black Widow. I mean, maybe not Iron Man, but probably more Black Widows than many other characters.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fucking whole lot of armor for Black Widow.
I'm waiting for Mezco. We still know Mezco is doing Black Widow movie figures, but they haven't been revealed yet. So
really, all right.
Yeah.
Well, this is a look from the upcoming movie that's been upcoming for 3 years.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
we're like 2 weeks away from it, right?
Yeah, 2 more weeks.
We're like 2.5 weeks, baby.
A week, ain't it? What's the release date?
The 9th.
The 9th.
9th of July.
So we all got to watch it so we can talk about it when we come back.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Spoilers day 1, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No mercy. You can watch it at home for a premium price. No excuses.
Hey, well,
I've been waiting years for this, brother. If you're not ready to go watch it on July 9th, then you don't deserve to not be spoiled.
Exactly.
place your bets now. Will it be worth it? Yes or no?
They keep telling us in the marketing the experience will be worth the wait. So,
wondering
up for failure.
I'm wondering if they'll re-release Taskmaster now.
I don't know. You know what's so funny about that? Like Taskmaster and well, especially for the imports, I'll say, like the Taskmaster and Black Widow were rotting on AmiAmi for a calendar year. Like they were rotting on AmiAmi clearance at as low as $30 at one point for the SHFs. So I don't know.
Yeah, you know, one of my biggest regret was I want to say like 2 months ago, I was on AmiAmi pre-owned, and there was a Taskmaster that was missing one hand. It was $19.
Oh, you should have done it.
Damn, dude.
I woke up in the morning and I was like, what was I thinking? I gotta get that Taskmaster. And then I go to pre-owned and it's fucking gone. And I was like, damn it! It was just one hand! You fucking idiot!
Yeah. I do wonder too though, Boog, like if Hasbro at least will re-release like that line. Because I preemptively bought Taskmaster like when that thing first came out, because like I know myself. And I was like, as soon as I see this shit, like I'm gonna want this dumb figure. But yeah, I don't know. Like I see remnants of that line still, like, you know, speckling GameStops in my area. Like I see like I don't know. I don't see Taskmaster or Black Widow anywhere, but I see like the rest of the crew just like in a couple of like locations here or there. But I could definitely see them doing like maybe a like truly updated like 1-to-1 screen representation of Taskmaster and at least Black Widow, and then just re-releasing those.
Oh yeah, I could see it. I could see it happening.
Oh shit. But yeah, that's it. Wow, tight.
Now that's actually it for SHF. All right, we can finally move on.
Sure. Before we got a couple of more super chats in the meantime. Let's see. John P actually brings us back, kicking and screaming, to Hasbro. He hit us with $5. He said, "Did you guys see the possible leaked images of G.I. Joe Classified Bat and Alley Viper head sculpts?"
Whoa, no, I did. What the?
Whatever. We'll get to it when it's real news. We're not here for conjecture and hearsay.
Where is it?
Yeah, John, if you wanna hit one of us up, PM us. We'll see what's up. Jamichael Johnson is with 5. He said, if/when we get the Transformers/Jurassic Park/Fast franchise crossover, we'll be that much closer to us getting 1/12 scale car line that we've been waiting for.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's true.
Absolutely.
That would actually be really cool.
True. Will gay toys make a comeback, Boog? What do you think?
Yeah.
Will they revive their 1/12 cars? Let's go.
Yeah, they should have did it during Pride Month. That's what they were supposed to do. Come out with the whole police and do a play on that shit. That would have been perfect.
Marketing writes itself. Let's go. MoffX is next up. Here we go. I know everybody comes to the A.C.B.A podcast for the controversy. My castmates don't think this Harley Quinn looks good. What is wrong with y'all?
I mean, look at how blurry it is in Fabio's picture.
No, it's good now. It's good now.
It's good now.
It's good now.
Yeah, it's good now. It was good.
All right. Well, here it is again.
All right. Okay.
Here we go.
Let's go. Let's break it down. What's wrong?
All right. I'm gonna tell you what I think is wrong with it. I think the suit is too shiny. It's too fucking shiny. I think her head is just a little tiny as well, and there's no hiney. There you go.
Yeah. That has to be Hank Hill levels of flat.
Absolutely not. Take that back, Rick.
She looks like she's like a survivor of scoliosis.
No.
She looks like she had spina bifida.
Oh my
She
god.
had spina bifida, man.
I will say that the body sculpt is not bad. I think somebody said that it's the same sculpt as Catwoman, right?
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah.
All right. So all they had to do here was pretty much nail the head sculpt, which I don't think they did. I think it looks a little small, and just something about it seems off. I don't like it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
man, it's like Boog said. I don't know what's wrong with the head, but it's not right. I'll tell you that.
I think
Something's
it's just
up.
this design is weird. Like it's weird how the domino mask like goes over the head thing, you know?
That's how it is
And
in the
it's
comic,
like-
right? Isn't it?
Her face
It's
is
accurate, yeah,
awkward.
but
Ace, her
Is
face
it?
is awkward
I mean-
and slim. Like it looks like a peanut. I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah. The face sculpt just that's probably the best head sculpt, that one right there. But it still looks weird. It looks weird.
Yeah, it's no good, man.
Well,
I like it.
Have they teased a comic regular Joker yet?
No, sir. This is all from Hush, though. So
it's Hush.
we better
yeah.
we better get a Nightwing out of this.
Well, this is the
oh,
Hush.
and a Poison Ivy.
Yeah, they did put Joker up for pre-order already. Then yeah, they did.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, that was the one in like the blue suit, you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't remember that at all. That's escaping my memory, sir.
Yeah.
Look it up on BBTS right now. It's definitely there. So I mean, if you got Joker pre-ordered, then you definitely want Harley. And unfortunately, this just doesn't look that great to me. But I mean, once you get her paired up with Joker, I guess it might look good. I don't know.
We got this one, Rick. You don't remember this one?
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Yeah, this looks great to the source material.
Yeah. They both do. It's just really I think what Boog's nailing more than anything is the weird shininess of the suit. I don't know that
it's shiny in the comic though.
Isn't it?
I mean,
Is it?
Yeah, Hush is like my favorite, like DC, one of my favorite DC stories for sure. That's why I love this whole line, because like I really resonate with Hush and that storyline and everything. So, and plus her face kind of looks like Peg from Married with Children, so I'm fucking with it heavy.
So wait a minute. Is her suit actually supposed to be like a patent leather in the comics, or no?
I would imagine it's like a latex ass suit, like.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, it's accurate, I guess. But
It's just like that Joker. I'm not a big fan of that head sculpt for that Joker, but it's accurate to the source material, so I'm not gonna bag on it.
Sure. Maybe
It seems
it's
like
not-
only the black is supposed to be shiny.
I think that's always been her thing, where like the black is what shines.
Which would make sense. I mean, if Boog's saying it's patent leather, then that makes sense.
I'm literally gonna go to like a local comic book shop and be like, "Hey, you guys have Hush?" Just so I can look at it.
Well, you have
I'm
you have the internet at your fingertips, Rick. So.
No, when I Google it, all that comes up is the figures. I'm not even typing action figure. I just typed
you're right.
Harley Quinn Hush, and it's a million action figures there.
Beautiful. The marketing is
Or
doing its job.
still from the movie.
looking at the complete Hush, the actual comic book right now.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Well,
looking at it,
Another one. Because look, yeah, it seems like the black
Yeah.
has like a little bit of shine to it, or at least, kind of painted to look as such, so that it, for the comic, Just a
I was
little
gonna say I'm looking at one of the covers, and it's just like we said. The black is what's shiny, and the red is satin.
bit- That kind of makes sense.
Because that's how it usually is, like in every story, pretty much, where like the black is what shines, and the red is really matte.
Yeah.
Maybe they did that, and it looked weird. Like I could imagine that being done and it looking like kind of awkward. They just said like, you know what, man, fuck it, make the whole thing shine, brother.
what's the texture like? What's the finish on Catwoman? Is her suit matted or is it kind of glossy?
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's not.
glossy. It's
Yeah,
glossy.
she's glossy too, right?
Has to
Oh,
be.
yeah?
She's wearing a leather suit, baby. She's she's getting hugged. She's getting hugged on some premium cowhide. But I don't know why it doesn't look right on Harley Quinn, and it looks great on the Catwoman. Like you look at the production pictures for that, you can look at in-hand images, it looks perfectly fine. But something about Harley Quinn, man, it looked like somebody was at the fair and was like, "Hey, can you dip my toy in that candy apple thing?" And they were like, "Yeah." And she came out like that.
Hey, well, you know what? It's okay. I respect your opinion. I disagree, but I respect it. And you're wrong. So it's like
You're dead wrong. You always have been. And, it looks good. Looks good. I mean, I'm probably gonna end up pre-ordering it from Ami Ami, but I'm not paying American price for it. Yeah, right now.
Was this the only one? I think we covered Captain Marvel.
Yeah, we
last
got
week.
Captain Marvel already. She just went out for pre-order already, rather
Okay,
than
cool.
just like, yeah.
All
We've
right,
We
seen
talked about her,
pictures.
but now she's up for sale. I mean, basically, if you've been collecting the Mafex Hush line, then yeah, this is a no-brainer. You want to get this for sure, right? Especially because a lot of people making that Hush line like their flagship DC line, you know?
Yeah, and in that sense, I can see why some people aren't really messing with this Harley Quinn, because like this, much like the Joker, it's very much it. Obviously, it's the Hush Harley Quinn. They want it to be a stand-in. I can see
Right.
the merit of people wanting to buy this Mafex figure for it to be their hero figure for Harley Quinn in every display. But you
Yeah.
know, in that sense, I can see why people aren't really messing with it for sure. Well,
But
yeah,
she looks like the character from the Thing. So what's the problem?
she looks like the guy from the Thing, so whatever.
She looks just like
It doesn't look that shiny in the comic book. I'm literally looking at the comic book right now. It's just
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
doesn't.
only the black looks shiny, I would say.
Not even like it's not. Doesn't look like they went out of their way to make it look like it was the same material as Catwoman's thing suit. Yeah, I don't know why Mafex went with that real shiny look like that. It wasn't necessary, at least not for the entirety of the outfit. If they would have just did it on the black, I guess that would have made sense. But yeah, I don't know. I ain't feeling it, man.
I'm looking at the Mafex stuff here on Toy Arc, you know, top stories, and then I'm looking over here at the top sellers on Amazon. I guess Justice League Flash is up to $443
On Amazon.
on Amazon. Yeah, but still, like, damn, they couldn't clearance that away when the first movie came out, and then Zack Snyder Justice League just fucking killed it. I guess everybody
But
wants
then
it.
it's crazy because that universe is like it's like half there, half not. It's so odd.
Yo, if we get another Flash from anybody from the new movie, that'd be sick
But yeah, completely different suit. So there's good reason to do it again.
for sure.
Yeah. Very true.
And then Amazing Spider-Man 2, weirdly $358, and it's bestseller number 1.
Now you're talking.
I wouldn't say
Wait,
that's
this
weird.
is
I wouldn't
what?
say that's weird at all.
Does Metho use that?
Yeah, this is from Mafex.
Oh, my facts.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is Mafex, or if I'm reading it correctly, Mafekusu.
Like you see.
Yeah.
Next up is Revoltech,
Oh,
and they teased and showed off their version 2.0 of their Deadpool figure.
hey, okay, interesting. I saw that.
Hell yeah! Hey, I want to give a big shout out to my old manager Justin. He pre-ordered. He pre-ordered the first Deadpool figure. This is pretty early on when that first Revoltech Deadpool figure came out. He is a pop collector, and he was like, "Hey, I love Deadpool. I see that they're coming out with this figure. You're into figures, right?" I was like, "Yeah, man. What's up?" Like,
You can
man.
see that.
He's like, "Yeah, there's a new Deadpool figure coming out. All the pictures look super cool. I think I'm gonna pre-order it." And I go, "Hell yeah, man. That's sick. You should definitely do it. Revoltech is awesome." Because, like, yeah, they're a little hard to pose, especially back then, for sure. They're a little hard to pose, but once, you get a groove going and you pose it right, like, their range of movement is, like, unmatched. You can get them into, like, anything. And he was like, all right, cool, tight.
That's
Like,
crispy.
next year, he saw, like, we part ways professionally, and I see him. He comes into my store, and I was like, oh, what's up? He goes, hey, man, I just wanted to let you know that Deadpool figure you suggested fucking sucks. That whole line sucks. Revoltech sucks. And I was like,
what a dick.
I was like, oh, okay, tight. You, the guy who has nothing but pops, says the Revoltech sucks. All right, tight, cool. All right, sick, dude. So shout out to you,
As long as
Justin.
it's coming straight from the top, that guy seems to know.
And I was like, cool, do you still have it? Because I was going to try and buy it from him. And he goes, no, I threw it away. And I go, I don't think you threw it away, but okay, whatever.
So, your friend has no imagination? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I don't know. A little, I don't know. That's like the biggest. Whenever like we talk about like Revoltech, like that's always the story that sticks out of my mind. And like we say it all the time on the show. We say it all the time, like on social media. Revoltech is like tried and true, like a way to test your like displaying prowess and your posing prowess for sure. Like if you can pose a Revoltech figure, especially like these old ones, then like you basically know what you're doing.
There's no way he threw that shit away.
Yeah, absolutely no way. But yeah, it's cool that we're getting a 2.0. The biggest takeaway that we're from a 2.0 Deadpool means that there's the doors open for 2.0s of any of their older shit. So like we might get a 2.0 Venom or 2.0. I'm not even gonna worry about anything else possibly getting a 2.0, because if we get a 2.0 Spider-Man, I'm gonna lose my fucking marbles, dude. Because I might love that Spider-Man.
They might update the Spider-Man, but the great thing about this Deadpool, which was some of the major complaints about the other one, was that he didn't come with enough. Well, not that he didn't come with enough stuff, but you couldn't like kind of put everything on him. Like, you know, he's got the new gun holsters and the knife holster, and he can put his sword on as well. And like, yeah, this looks really cool. I'm wondering if they did anything to the body though. Looks like the same.
Yeah, man, look at what he is hella thick.
No, yeah,
he was like that before though. He was like that before, but
no way.
I think
if they didn't change the body at all, then he pairs really well with the Cable as well too. So it's a perfect pairing.
Yeah, this one pairs way better with Cable, I would say.
This is a new body for sure. There's no way this is the same thing. I have the OG.
Yeah, it's a new body. It is a absolutely new body for sure.
Okay, all right.
And that was the biggest complaint that a lot of people had with like this, like the early beginnings of Amazing Yamaguchi and especially the Spider-Man, is because like, yeah, you can get him in like virtually any pose you want to get him in, but like the gaps and the design of the articulation and stuff was very off-putting to even like very skilled display artists. You know, big shout out to Finn and Aiden. Those guys are constantly at each other's necks about whether the Revoltech Spider-Man is a good figure or not. Because like Finn loves this figure, but Aiden is like, yeah, the figure's great, but like, yo, the gaps like suck. Like there's but you know, if they can fix like the gaps and stuff, it looks like the gaps are fixed here. So
I'm wondering why they went with some of these color schemes though on the weapons though. Like, what the fuck is the purple handles about there?
I don't know. You know what I was thinking? I saw the guns at first, and I'm thinking these guns are like a way to kind of get around like packing guns in, because like, you know, there was like that big thing with like DC, them not letting Joker come with guns or shit like that. So maybe like this is like them preemptively going like, well, let's make it. This isn't a sword. This is like a fucking Nerf sword or some shit. Or like, this is just a laser gun. You know, these aren't real or whatever. So maybe that's like some sort of weird like strategy for them to be able to get more deadly weapons.
That's true, because I mean these are straight up like laser pistols, and I think the original came with like deagles. You know?
Yeah.
Those
you know
size
what?
are ridiculously big.
The original pistols though are kind of hard to fix into his hand and get his finger in like the trigger groove, and like you feel like you're gonna like break it sometimes. Like you got to go in at a very like distinct, unique angle to get the guns in his hand, and it's probably better to place the guns in the hands before you actually pop the hands onto the wrist peg too. So they may have fixed that on these. As you can see, there is no like locked trigger groove on these new guns. So that was the issue with the last one. For one, I didn't see that stick of dynamite before too. That's pretty cool. And also that one pointing finger is new. I'm wondering how the swappability is going to be with some of these things with the 1.0 version. I actually got kind of upset at my 1.0 version because the one of the swords in the sheath like broke too. So I'll definitely be ordering this just to kind of update my 1.0 and take whatever I can from that one and maybe add it to this one or whatever. But I don't see
par for the course.
Yeah, I don't know that would be necessary. This just looks so much better.
Hey, I think the update looks great.
The figure itself, yeah, I think looks better. It's just the accessories, I think, in the original were, you know, more along the lines of what we typically see. This seems like a weird sci-fi turn for the weapons.
Those size are absolutely ridiculous. They're as long as the swords. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But the figure itself, wow, looks fantastic. I have to buy it again. Damn you.
I mean, we could easily find some size that'll probably fit perfectly in those hands to fix for the size or whatever. So I'm not worried about that too much. But the addition of or the ability to have all of his weapons on him at one time is really dope.
I was gonna say, like, if you run some sort of 3D print or 3D design side hustle, start prepping now. Do a Deadpool weapon pack, accurate. Throw it up when this drops.
Not a bad one, for sure.
Hell yeah! So yeah, that's it from Revoltech. I will say that it's cool to see an older figure getting all the benefits of like their updated technology. Rick and I say it all the time. Their new My Hero figures are the best of both worlds in terms of source material accuracy and articulation, for sure, and hiding the cuts and articulation well to keep the silhouette and like the overall look of the figure. And it's really cool to see that being applied to their older figures too.
Yeah, man. Revisiting, stuff like this is so dope. Sign me up for companies in general, not just Revoltech, but like any of these import companies, like going back to the drawing board and saying, like, dude, what could we do better to one of the greatest hits? You know what I mean? Sounds good to me.
Very true. VLR in chat says if you notice, the further pics are purple for the handles, but in the face pics, the handles are red.
Whoa. Mamma mia. What's going on?
What? Where am I looking? Here? The handles? These are for the swords, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's for
I
the
think he's
sword.
confusing the size and the sword.
I think so, yeah.
I thought the same thing at first, but yeah, it's you could switch between him sheathing the size of the swords. You can't have them both, but he could have a little buck knife. Yeah, I'm hoping that the sculpts on these pistols are similar enough to the black ones that the black ones can holster in there from the 1.0 version. Yeah, like I said, a little bit of swapability between the two, you'll have the perfect Revoltech Deadpool.
We're all forgetting about the number one accessory, though. The Deadpool phone.
Incredible.
All right, cool, good stuff. All right, what's next?
Next up is Mezco.
Oh, it's a light one. It's a very light one.
Light. Can't wait for you to stretch it out for 30 minutes, though. Let's go.
Well, I might be able to actually. Don't dare me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what was it?
Now you've awoken the beast, brother.
it was just the cog, right? Or was it something else?
Yeah. So this past, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember exactly, but randomly they just put up on sold out. Interesting. The Slugfest Emporium of Badassery put up for sale by itself the Slugfest Crypto Cog, which was previously a part of the Toys Fair Toys chest, where the black Krig 13 originally came from. That was packed in that bundle set. And then, of course, a couple weeks ago, when the white Krig dropped, they also re-released the black Krig as a single card without the bundle. Single card, I say, as if it's an actual carded figure. It's a box. It's still in a box, but it's just the single figure without the bundle. And that was cool for people who missed out on the Toys Fair chest or people who didn't want to play into the Mezco bundle game, that as a principle where like, no, I'm not getting this because it's a fucking bundle. Then boom, they put out the figure by itself. Great for people who just wanted the figure, but people who might have just missed out on the bundle altogether and had no chance to get this Crypto Cog, well, you're in luck because it was in stock until at least yesterday, which was the last day I checked it. And this was interesting because the copy on it really suggests a lot of interesting things. First of all, they're keeping it topical. It's the Crypto Cog, so they're saying, hey, you get an ROI of 50% by year's end and 300% by next year. Do the math and don't miss out, because after this batch of crypto is all mined, it ain't going to be so cheap if I drop more. So what's interesting about that is it seems like they might do another batch of these later down the line to give more people another chance to get these discounts, but more expensive. Like they'll put it back up at like $60 or something in like, 6 months.
So $40, would you say that's a fair price for this based on what the bundle that came out a while ago? Like, is this just like the value of it just taken out of the bundle, or is it a little bit more?
I feel like it's a little bit more because the bundle was like what, like 175 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So the figure itself, I think Krieg Black Spartan by himself, 95 plus 40, we got 135 right there. So the remaining $40, you could take out of whatever else came in that fucking chest, like the patch, the Krieg comic, there's a bunch of other stuff in that. I don't even remember. I think it might be a little more expensive, but it also kind of makes sense for it to be like the price of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if they do put it up as more expensive, it'll definitely like skew that a little bit,
Well, do you think that might just be like a play on crypto, because there's a play on it in the copy as well? Like, do you think
I think now it is? I think when they first put it out, I don't think that was the intention, but because crypto is like such a meme right now, this before when the bundle came out, Elon Musk on SNL wasn't even a whisper in Lorne Michaels' head, But now that the crypto thing has happened and Dogecoin is such a meme and everything that's happened since then, now it's topical, it's cheeky, it's just fun for Mezco to play into that. But it does make sense, in terms of the value of, you got to get in low right now, because then when it goes up higher later, you're going to be, regretting it. And to be fair, go ahead. Sorry. I
was going to say, do you think that they would put it up at a higher price later just for the memes?
That's what it sounds like. That's
insane.
I don't know.
That's insane, Fabio.
Right?
Hey, man, for the sake of the meme, anything's on the fucking table.
Dude, I'm mad at how like annoyingly brilliant it kind of is.
True. I'm in the same boat. Like, I'm
what I mean?
I'm pissed
like, this
on
is
how well it works.
As someone who is very pro industry, I'm like, yo, this is a win for Mezco, 100%. So I posted the link on Reddit. Like this was just such a random thing that almost nobody like knew it even happened. So I posted the link up on Reddit, and people were like, so what does this thing do?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, for those out of the loop, like, what is so special about a CryptoCog?
Well, the CryptoCog is this year's decoder ring. So the decoder ring we got with Gold Gomez last year ended up being the way by which people got the buy 3 get 1 free on the Black Skull's Death Brigade when that dropped in March.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that if you have this CryptoCog, you're being guaranteed, again, 50% by year's end. So that means by the end of this year, the savings of this will be worth $60, right? 50% ROI on this. And by the end of next year, it'll be 300%. So by the end of next year, this will have, these $40 will equal $120 in savings, which by the math of the Black Skull Death Brigade is 1 free figure.
Makes sense. So do these discounts only apply to their in-house figures, like their like the figures they make, or can it just be applied to like anything in their catalog?
It's usually, so far, I think it has only been for Slugfest stuff.
Okay.
In the form of a buy 3 get 1, like for the Black Skulls, or if you have the base and stance set and you buy 3, you get 1 free on this one as well. It's usually for the Slugfest items.
Okay.
It's the way we got the. I think there was also a buy 3 get 1 coupon on these gray skulls as well.
I think so, because you have 4, right? You have 4 packs.
Yeah, I did. Oh, I did, for a mountain of skulls for my Conan.
Hell yeah. Tremble Dust in chat.
Go ahead, sorry.
Tremble Dust in chat is asking, how many uses would you say you would get out of this cog?
They send out coupon codes like periodically, and I have them here next to me actually. In the comics, let's see. I don't know if this one has one. Might be the Krieg one then. Oh, like I got all these Mezco comics here because I just rearranged my whole shit. But one of these comics, here we go. This one actually has a crypto code. So with basically every subsequent Mezco release that comes with like additional media, like these comics or whatever, even the fucking the shirt that I'm wearing,
I heard about the shirt.
The fucking crypto code.
That's crazy.
So they put out multiple codes. It could be like 10% here, free, free whatever there. I think this code, or maybe the one in the comic, gave you like 10% off the Moss Squatch when that came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like one big code necessarily that will be worth all this money. It's like a steady kind of stream of codes, saving you a little bit here and there, culminating in one big code towards the end of like the discount program.
True.
And then they'll replace it with the next thing. We had the decoder ring, we had the crypto cog, and then whatever comes after the crypto cog.
Yeah. So this is generally just like if you're already invested into the world of Mezco, like, and you're already buying all the merch and all that stuff, like this is just like an added bonus. Like like a way for a company to sell a thank you to the fans.
Pretty much. And it is tied to the account you buy the crypto cog with. So it's not like anybody can use the codes, So it's not like scalpers are going in there and like getting discounts on stuff they're going to sell,
That's crazy.
For more expensive later. Necessarily. I'm sure there's plenty of scalpers with a Mezco account that are going to link this shit to it.
Well, that's so interesting that you said that, because like how do you police that? Like what's the infrastructure for like making sure that everybody gets their own unique code that can only be used once? It's crazy, dude.
It's again, yeah, it's just based on, because with the decoder ring originally you had to buy, the gold Mez bundle, and then when you get it, you register your decoder ring to your account, right? That was the way you had to do it before. You had to physically like put in your order number and send it in to register your decoder ring. With the crypto cog, when it came out in the bundle, you didn't have to register it. So that's already its own internal database of people who bought that bundle, and it's linked to their account, and that account moving forward can use codes for the crypto cog.
Great.
So this is a way of adding that same thing to people who missed out on that bundle. And again, a brilliant way of like, yo, if you want these discounts, here's your chance. Oh, it's sold out? Don't worry about it. We'll put it back a little bit later. It's going to cost you a little more, though.
Oh my god! And you're gonna thank us for it too.
You're gonna get on your knees and wish that it's twice as expensive.
Oh no!
But again, you're right. This is like something for the Mezco fans. Like if you're a person who is just cherry picking Mezcos, just wants the license stuff, probably not going to be that great for you. But if you're into the Rumble Society shit, if you're into the Gomez shit, if you're into their in-house stuff, this is an in-house stuff discount.
Tyrone Wested also just
okay. Wait, Boog has thoughts. Let's hear it.
Oh no!
I don't have any thoughts on this shit. But Adam says, "What does the discount matter if the shit sells out by the time you enter the code?"
You got to get your autofill. Get your autofill game strong. That's it. Because you're not. That's a good point, Boog, because a lot of people will fucking skip out on doing the codes just in the interest of getting, faster through the checkout process. If you do that, though, you can call, like, once your order is successful, you can just call Mezco customer service and be like, yo, I wanted to add this coupon code in. Can you retroactively add it to my order? And then they'll just refund you the money of the discount.
Makes sense.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you imagine being like the operator on that line? Like, hello? First of all, are you mad about availability? No? All right, cool. How can I help you?
Yeah. It is what it is, dude. It's a fucking, I was watching our good friend Jorge, who was on the Raw Live Unedited podcast network for a while, Toy Addict, and he's like kind of just getting into the Mezco line and discovering what like all longtime Mezco fans have already figured out, which is like, yeah, their checkout's a nightmare. It sucks when you miss out all these things. And it's like, yeah, but that's kind of the reality of it. It's a collectible company. They're making stuff to sell out. They're not making stuff to be evergreen, wildly available forever. It's just like, yeah, there is a stress with trying to get this stuff before it sells out. That's just the niche that Mezco has carved out for themselves so well.
Wow, they must be making a killing on that Kool-Aid, dude. That's fucking crazy.
Dude, hey man, we already know.
Tyron West,
all the way got you, bro.
You know what, man?
You know what? And it's not even that difficult to keep up with if it's the only thing you keep up with. So.
That's true.
That's true. That is definitely true. If you are just, I find that people that are just exclusively Mezco collectors are little more difficult to deal with and tolerate. but
What? We
the
get
people
along
that,
just fine, Boog.
but the people that actually just collect figures and collect from different lines and just collect the shit that they like and don't be like too invested into just the Mezco shit, then they're usually a little more based in reality and shit like
Right.
that. But the hardcore, just plain up, straight up Mezco collectors are a little nuts. But
Hey, there's people that are way crazier than me, but that's another point that Jorge was making in his video. It's like he is specifically a person who collects all these other lines, right?
Mhm.
So when you add the stress of trying to get all those lines plus the stress of trying to get Mezco stuff, which is a fucking hassle in and of itself, even though it's just fighting with the website 90% of the time, it's like, yeah, no, I can see why that would be frustrating to someone. But again, if it's the only thing you're dealing with, it is 10 times better than having to fucking deal with inventory at Target and going toy hunting and shit.
Yeah, no doubt. I put a couple things in the chat if we want to just revisit those two things. The pictures for the GI Joe shit, and there was a side by side comparison of 1.0 and 2.0 Deadpool 2.
All right, but yeah, that is actually it for Mezco. It was just the crypto cog. It's sold out now, so as always, we're talking about Mezco in the past tense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. Getting into a couple of backtracking quick hits. Here's the two Deadpools put together.
This was, Adam just sent this to me too. Shout out to Adam. That looks a lot better. Looks a lot better.
Yeah, it's definitely comparing PS2 to PS3 graphics right here, basically.
For sure.
Dude, yeah. And then Mr. Papa Sergio also sent us this. A possible first look at the Bat and Alley Vipers from G.I. Joe Classified.
Mm-hmm.
There he is.
So these are potential army builders here. Well, they are. I mean, that's G.I. Joe is like Star Wars, and that everything's a fucking army builder. So, especially from the Cobra side, there's so many different things that you need multiples of. But yeah, Alley Viper. I'm not sure what they're gonna be camouflaged in with their outfits, but I always loved their outfits as a kid. But you said Alley Viper, and what was the other one? The Bat? Oh, the Bats. Oh man, that is gonna be highly sought after. Wow. The Bats are they're like Foot Clan, basically, like these robotic kind of soldiers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
In those cartoons back in the day where, the enemy, when the heroes are like cutting and shooting up and blowing up the enemy, they can't be like real flesh and bone people and shit.
Right.
So yeah, that's what the Bats were all about. Yeah, this is gonna be a nightmare, and you're gonna hear a lot of grown men crying and complaining about other people's collections and other people's ability to get shit, and calling you names if you find it, and all of that type of shit. That's
what's the problem?
That's where G.I. Joe is.
Yeah, that sounds par for the course. What's the problem?
All right, what's next?
Hell yeah, that basically wraps it up for.
For miscellaneous, I had one thing I wanted to add because a friend of the show was featured very well by our friends at NECA for the Goliath, the line.
The Goliath. Well, huh? What?
Yeah, have you seen? You've probably seen this, Boog. So they did a little teaser commercial for the new Goliath figure.
Oh, the Goliath figure. Okay, got you.
A special look at an upcoming figure as well. But we can go ahead and take a look at our good friend DGDX Animation.
Oh, they got DGDX on the animation. All right, he's making his rounds with the companies. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
There's your Goliath, just as you remember him from Disney's Gargoyles.
The billboard. Please go back to the billboard.
I will. I just want to let it play. Here he is, Goliath doing Goliath things. Oh, it's going down into the sewers. What's going on here? Oh, could he have been let into
a little bit of this, a little bit of that?
Yamona, baby.
All right, he's going a distance for some coochie coo.
As
This
one
was great.
would.
It was a whole Goliath action figure available from that guy. Like they did a really good job with this. This was a straight up like toy commercial.
Yeah, I love the voiceover at the end. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, can we hear that real quick?
You
He
sure
did
can.
a lot of fucking property damage to go find his work.
Goliath action figure comes with every
Comes with everything you see here.
So perfect.
That's very funny.
On Route 22 on Wickapog.
Now you have a friend in the diamond business, the Shade Company. Let's go back to this billboard though, because this was a fun little Easter egg.
Please tell me it's a sleep train billboard.
It's fucking Randy. Incredible.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Yo, that's perfect. Oh
Man.
I'm sure Randy got a kick out of that shit. That's
Hell
perfect.
yeah. But yeah, DGDX, great job building up the hype on this Goliath figure, which everybody wants already, right? But the big reveal out of this is, of course, the Demona, whatever her name is. Who knows?
It's Demona.
Demona, I'm here.
Watch the show, man.
Kind of interesting that is the tease for the next figure, though.
Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
just a little tasty taste, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like if they were gonna do anybody else, it makes sense that they would just throw her out there for sure. It makes more sense to have like a Goliath paired with her, and then if the line doesn't do that well, then you're just left with him and her versus like him putting out like a Bronx or something, and then like you're just like you're like yearning for the rest of the team.
It's just Goliath and Bronx.
Yeah, just as I remember them.
No way. Andy won't get the core team out no matter what.
Absolutely not. Yeah, of course he is.
He'll push for it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like
for sure. This like this has been like a wish list figure for like decades, dude.
yeah, sure.
It's so
I mean,
well.
did we have Gargoyles figures back in the day when the show was actually
Yes, sir, 'cause I owned them.
They were Playmates, I think, right?
I owned them.
I was gonna say this is a good segue into another Dream figure that was announced this week or teased this week. Storm Collectibles teased fucking Street Sharks.
What?
They
I've
did,
heard
yeah.
that. Yeah, they did.
Storm Collectibles teased Street Sharks. Looks like it's gonna happen, and you know what? It's par for the course. I don't. It's funny because I've said it before, but for anybody that doesn't know, the guys at Storm Collectibles, their idol, the person they look up to the most, is Todd McFarlane. They love Todd. They love everything he does, and they love his philosophy. And like I said, when I sat down to dinner with those guys and I told them to make Superman, they're like, "No, everybody makes Superman. We want to make the big guys." And I was like, "Oh, damn it!" And look at what they're gonna make, like the biggest fucking characters you could think of as a toy line.
If I can't wear those sharks on my hand, there's no point.
Dude, yeah, the Eddie and the team, man, they love big characters. I don't know what it is, man.
Well, the burning question is, do you think they could get Vin Diesel back to do a new commercial?
Oh
I hope so.
God. That commercial with Vin Diesel is the most embarrassing, incredible, hilarious thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, only rivaled by The Rock when he's in that turtleneck with the tissue on the pedestal or on like the staircase or whatever.
with the big chain.
Yeah, and the fanny pack. Incredible. So good, dude.
I'm looking for the tweet that they had with the Street Sharks, but I'm not seeing it anywhere.
I think it was a reply.
Oh, really?
Yes, and because they said, did somebody say Street Sharks? Shit like that.
Here, I'll find it for you. I'm an admin of the biggest Storm Collectibles group on Facebook called the Storm Chasers.
Oh my god, that's so
Should
good.
be there, maybe.
You better have Bill Paxton in there.
He said it's game over, man.
bit of a deep cut Twister reference, but that's all right.
Absolutely.
It's not showing it, but it's there. I know it is because that's where I seen it.
I seen
Yeah.
it.
I hate it when Facebook does like I'm sure everybody's experienced it where like Facebook will only show you like the 2 recent posts and then everything else is from like a week ago.
Yeah.
I hate it when that
happens.
Algorithm's fucking us up.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, yeah, but it did happen. It's true.
The stories are
teach-
real.
Yeah, there was talk
Stories
of
are true.
sharks from Storm.
Yeah, man.
It's true, all of it.
I think
And-
it's really great that like that all these import companies are diving a little bit more into like these Western properties. I think it's really rad. And then you got and then obviously the trade-off for that is a short end of the stick. Fucking Todd McFarlane is doing My Hero Academia figures. So I think we're kind of getting fucked up on that one, but sure.
Wait, who is?
Todd McFarlane, right? He's doing.
Oh yeah, of course.
Cerebral Deep says they think they deleted the tweet. Could have. Might be getting some hot water.
Damn. Okay, interesting.
Or bloody water. But yeah, man, I couldn't imagine a whole line of Street Sharks. Holy shit, that's crazy. All that's left is Rick was saying it earlier this week. All that's left is Samurai Pizza Cats and maybe SWAT
What
Cats.
about Biker Mice from Mars? Come on now.
Biker Mice from Mars? Yeah, like I think Storm Collectibles would be the perfect company to do Biker Mice from Mars.
Dude, because those mice are jacked. Yeah.
They are jacked.
Those guys are fucking jacked.
Didn't Storm do a motorcycle for Lobo? Am I wrong about this?
Yeah, they've done motorcycles for Lobo and Dread. Dread has a motorcycle too, just Dread. So, I mean, they have the technology.
Okay.
Can rebuild him.
Very excited. Well, and then also like if we get some like updated like cartoon Mighty Ducks, I'd lose my mind, dude.
I feel like
Hey,
Super.
man, you know that sounds like it's right up Super 7's alley. So it might take us 5 years and there might be multiple pre-orders, but it could happen.
Man, Super 7 they've been making the media rounds because there was so much controversy over the shininess of these Street Sharks. Everyone had to get Brian Flynn for an interview to be like, wait, but it's going to be shiny when it comes out, right? And Brian Flynn's always like, yeah, yes, it's going to be shiny. Jesus fucking Christ.
My God. What was it? What was shiny? The Street Sharks?
No, the Silverhawks.
Silverhawks. Okay. Hell yeah, man. Unless there's anything else, I think that pretty much does it for top stories, unless anybody else wants to interject.
I don't think we're missing anything. Anybody in the chat, let us know if we're like, how could you guys forgotten the fact that Desdemona
Kind
Let us
of.
know.
There were some Animal Warriors of the Kingdom updates as well.
God.
Let's go.
Those are the ones where one of them kind of looks like a Journey to the West.
Yeah, it was the the Kickstarter that ended a couple of months, or maybe like a month ago now.
That's crispy.
From Spiro Toys. Right. You guys are familiar? Everybody's familiar.
Not with that name, but with the Kickstarter itself, absolutely.
Yeah. From
Talked about it so many times. It'd be embarrassing if I didn't interview these people.
right. Good thing that's not you then.
It's not me. That's sir. Don't you even imply that could that fits me.
All right. Yeah, I don't know where they've been posted, but there are some updates of Animal Warriors of the Kingdom for the 6-inch line. There's some new sculpts that have been revealed. So go check those out.
Hell yeah.
Support them. All right.
BXR Works hit us with $10. He said Goliath is a must. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that's a must.
And then Tim Smith hit us with $10 too. He said, always dope to catch the live. Did some prop and backdrop shopping and stare at a dollhouse for mad too long. Dragging tail on summer shots, but I'm gonna get it in. love, peace, and chicken grease. Hell yeah, dude.
That's a good segue to remind everybody that A.C.B.A. Summer Shots began on the 21st of this month. It is a 6-week competition with 3 themes, one every 2 weeks. So you have up to 2 weeks to get your entry in for the first theme. Well, less than 2 weeks now. And then you'll have another 2-week period for the second theme and another 2-week period for the third theme. Fairly simple. You email your entry in, and then you can post it on all social media platforms with the proper hashtags as well. Summer Shots is running right now. I put something else in the chat here that Adam sent to. I don't know. I think it was the Street Shark stuff.
This is they actually made Samurai Pizza.
He doesn't know if that's legit.
That's what Fabio has on the screen. They actually made Samurai Pizza Cat figures. They made the big transforming robot, and they made each individual Samurai Pizza Cat.
That's right.
There you go.
There you have it.
There they are. They're Samurai Pizza Cats.
There's your boys.
Speedy Ceviche. Oh, look at that. Something else.
Wow. And then here's the robot. The robot.
Niago King. Wow.
Let's go.
The robots.
I'm getting some Gundam vibes with this.
It's,
We could
man,
imagine.
heavy. Am I right? Look at that.
Whoa, this is heavy.
There's that word again.
What's that word again? There's some sort of problem with the gravitational pull?
Stupid.
Where's the other?
I guess.
Guido Anchovy.
Fuck this. We spent a lot of time on Pizza Cats.
We are.
All
right, can we get into after show territory? We can't just take everybody's DMs telling us to talk about things. We're trying to structure a show here. Just because we didn't talk about your favorite thing doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's not valid. It's just we got a show to run.
Going for
This,
the Django.
last thing you said is not loading, so I'm going to ignore it.
It's not loaded for me either. It's quite strange.
That thing that you sent us, Boog, it's not loading at all.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
He said he didn't know if it was legit. It was like a link to the Pizza Shark shit. I think it was like on Twitter.
Pizza Sharks.
Pizza Shark.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Pizza Sharks.
Street Shark, excuse me.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm so sorry. We can't get to everything. We're trying to get up out of here. So let's get after show. Let's talk movies and TV. We got shit to talk about.
Let's do it.
All right. So what do we watch this week? First of all, before we get into the slated shit, anything you saw that was kind of out of the rotation that you may want people to check out?
100%. Here's what it is. I wanted to shout him out to what a great admin and incredible friend Dallas James is. Dallas James put up a clip on his Instagram that has gone viral and has almost 1 million views on it.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he made a video where he compared the clip of Public Enemies to the scene of Iron Man being saved by Miss Marvel, and it's blown the fuck up. It is crazy.
To your left, down to your left, Fabio.
Yeah. On your left.
Below Doom, right there.
There it is. Look at that. 980 something thousand views. Unreal. It's like a direct copy, man. It's like a direct copy.
How does this happen?
Tony Stark was nowhere near Earth when he was rescued, so I am seeing some differences.
Oh man.
It's identical.
Pretty crazy, man. Yeah, I actually saw people make this comparison like pretty early on too, and like, of course, nobody went through the trouble of doing something like this. I mean, you can read about it all day, but until you like see it, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What was that first comment said? What?
Dallas showed this one a little while back too, so he's on this comparison game.
All right, but he's showing these, but is he putting these together himself? Not that he doesn't have the ability to do that, because I know he's got some cool editing abilities. But who's the original person making these? Where are these coming from?
I don't know. Maybe he is the one making them. I wouldn't put anything past him just because, like you said, at random Dallas will pull out some like super like nicely edited video, and it's just like, what the hell, Dallas? You can do this? Well, I wouldn't doubt that he did it, but maybe he didn't. But I don't doubt him for a second. I don't doubt you, Dallas.
I've seen all of these other ones. I didn't see that one that you just mentioned. I didn't see the one that really blew up or whatever. But I saw those other comparisons that he'd been putting up as of late.
It's more to make the point that like, yeah, everyone shits on all this DC stuff, but you don't realize how influential it is.
But how does that happen? That's what I'm trying to understand, though. Is that like, is it some strange, like, really weird coincidence in this like simulation that we in here, or is that intentional? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's like a situation where like I understand that sometimes, most of the time, it is intentional, but I'm sure Fabio can tell you that like sometimes, you watch and hear so many things that you just accidentally copy, like with comedians.
Yeah.
Like, you just accidentally don't even know, like, oh fuck, like fucking Bobby Lee made that joke in 2003. Like, oh shit, like I watched it and he said it, but I don't remember.
That happens with toy photography all the time too.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of parallel thinking, sometimes it's subconscious.
You'll get people thinking that you took their idea or whatever. Like, we see that shit happen a lot. And even if you don't actually see it happening, trust me, that shit is happening in the back of people's minds. Sometimes they be like, yo, he bit my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that happens a lot in this community.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, that's what we're getting with Shang-Chi too. There's a lot of stuff in Shang-Chi, especially the new trailer that we'll talk about, that is like, yo, that is martial arts, the genre kind of tropes redone for this movie. Things that you've seen forever done.
In that regard, though, I mean, it's a martial arts movie. Like, wouldn't you want it to be looking like some shit that you saw on
for sure,
back in the day on channel 11 or 9 or whatever the fuck he came on? Like, yeah. All right. So yeah, Dallas's thing was going viral, and check out his page because he's always putting up shit that's going viral.
And I meant to throw this into miscellaneous too. This is a good thing to add in. Beast Kingdom with their dynamic action heroes line, which is an 8-inch soft goods, and premium material figure line. They're doing a Superman.
Crazy. I had no idea this line was still alive.
Looks a little weird. I'm good on this shit, but yeah, I did see this too.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Who's next? What you got, Fabio, that you saw this week that you should point out to somebody that has nothing to do with anything in the topic list?
Shit. I don't know.
Nobody watched Luca? That was an interesting movie. It was very un-Pixar like. It was good.
No, I haven't seen it. I don't watch cartoons.
It's a good movie. It's not very Pixar like.
Listen, I'm not a creep. I don't watch children's cartoon movies by myself. Okay, if I had kids or something, a nephew, something to take to a theater, I'd be like, all right, we can go watch this thing for you. I'm not about to watch that shit by myself.
Yeah, how can people expect a grown man to watch cartoons? We're just grown men to collect toys.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Get on with it,
brother. You're gonna
brother.
tell me that they sneak in some kind of cheeky stuff for the adults watching along. Wow.
People make me sick.
It's not into it.
All right. Pete, anything you saw?
I've just recently gotten back into viewing memes of people throwing cheese on their children.
Oh my god!
Check that out for sure.
Love that.
I will say I watched. I didn't realize that it was out, but I watched all 4 episodes that are out. Lego Masters is back, and it's awesome.
Will Arnett.
Lego Masters actually a very, very good reality competition show.
Oh, you mean a show about adults building things out of children's toys?
But they're not cartoons. They're like real people. It's awesome.
You make me sick.
Honestly, like one of the weird things I love about it is that it's like low key, like, you know how on this show we'll like fuck something up and be like, production talk about behind the scenes shit. You know,
Mhm.
they do that on Lego Masters all the time, and it's
That's
really
really
funny.
You know what's so funny? That show, every trailer and every commercial for that show makes it look unbearable. So I'm glad to know that it's actually pretty good.
It's very bearable.
You know what? I always love watching
network
like.
is that?
Oh, go ahead, Bug.
Network is that?
It's on. I think it plays on Fox, but it's on Hulu like the next day.
Got it. Okay. All right.
My
Did you say,
wife.
P?
I was gonna say like my wife and I really love just finding like the weirdest reality shows, and like just like going in, like going hard. Like we watched like 2 seasons of a glass blowing reality TV show.
That's fucking awesome.
And then we watched like like, mind you, my wife and I are not into steampunk at all. Like we avoid a lot of that shit, especially going to like Dragon Con and stuff. These guys are fucking everywhere. But we definitely watched like 2 seasons of a reality TV show about people making steampunk shit. Like for no discernible reason. Like we'll watch that, but I'm having trouble finishing Mandalorian.
He's like, yeah, I could watch the next episode of Mandalorian, or I could watch this reality TV show about the next harmonica star.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's just the absurdity of like the people on there. Like, and it's not like a thing where like we're looking at these people and we're all like, look at these losers or whatever. But like, it's almost like a sense of I get it. Like I get why these people like give a shit about something that, you know, a lot of people really don't. Obviously, I know where I am. I know I'm on the A.C.B.A podcast. I take pictures of children's toys for sure. So like it's just very interesting to see other avenues of like.
I guess I need to clarify because there's enough people in the chat also saying like I will watch cartoons, but I will shop the kids' toy aisles. First of all, I do not shop the kids' toy aisles. I order everything.
You used to.
Maybe you should, and I'm sure
Don't fucking start, Fabio.
Sure, I watched The Incredibles when I was of age, and I liked it. Sure, but I didn't watch Incredibles 2 because I just don't.
You dodged a bullet with that one.
I in the industry I work in the film industry, and I see live action productions all the time. So to me, that's what I want to see when I'm, you know, not working in it. I like seeing it, and if I'm working in it too much, I don't like seeing it, and I'll watch a true crime documentary or something.
Not Fabio discrediting voice acting. You're making me sick.
I love voice actors. Phil Lamar, one of my favorite of all time. You know.
Oh no, if Phil Lamar heard you right now, he'd be livid.
Sure,
I
would
shock your ass back to the neck aisle.
Just not what I enjoy, you know, seeing in my spare time.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. They just don't fucking like animated features. But
and especially now because like animated movies are so much less like here's a talented like voice actor cast. It's just this celebrity's voice in this character.
Yeah. I hate
that. You know that's very American, man. And you know, there's just some stories that I think that cannot be told in the cage that is live action.
For sure.
And that's what I like the most about animation. Probably it's just that there's just some things that you can't do live action, or it's gonna look like shit. We were just talking about it earlier this week. Me, Pancho, and a few other guys. I still don't believe that it's some conspiracy, man. I don't believe Avatar was the most watched movie. I don't fucking believe that. I'll die thinking that. I'll die thinking that it's a hoax and that I don't understand who would go see it. Like that movie, terrible. Like there's like that should have been animated. It practically was.
It's so funny because like the meme that sprouted that conversation is Avatar is the highest grossing, most watched film of all time. All right, name 3 characters.
Right, exactly. I remember one of them was like Jake Sully, but that's it.
And there's another meme of like find 5 people who say that they've watched it, and it's like fuck, I don't know, like there's just no way. There's no how. There's no way.
I can't think of anyone who like has ever named Avatar as like one of their favorite movies.
I can't think. Aside from that guy that got the mural tattooed on his back, I can't think of anything.
The mural guy.
I enjoyed it though. It's a cool movie to just, you know, kind of veg out to and just watch and shit. But,
oh yeah.
We found the one guy. Here he is. One of our own
I mean, there's
on-
plenty. It's one of those classic movies that like everybody fucking either there has somewhat of a following when it comes out, but then again it's forgotten years later. But you see it playing on cable, you're like, all right, my next 2 hours are set.
I've never seen it, and I think I'll go the rest of my life never watching it.
Damn, Rick, so you've never seen it. Interesting. That's crazy.
Never seen it. There's no way.
There's no way.
You guys couldn't pay me to watch that. I'd rather watch
It's
4 seasons.
literally like it's the story of like America on another planet. That's really all.
Pretty
I
much.
would just rather watch the
It's-
international glass blowing championship. Honestly,
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, it's a fine movie, but it's literally like even when it came out, there was the memes of like people taking the actual like log line or like the script or the breakdown description of Pocahontas and literally just replacing names with Avatar characters,
it's
and it
just
makes
Pocahontas.
perfect sense.
It's just
Or Dances with Wolves with Kevin Costner or whatever you prefer.
Mhm. All right. So what are we talking about? That's like stock shit that we need to talk about.
but there's Loki, there's Bad Batch, there's the Shang-Chi trailer.
Let's talk about this Shang-Chi trailer. Boog, did you watch it?
Did you watch it?
I watched. I took 2 minutes off one of these moments.
Hell yeah.
I did watch it. It looks action packed. It looks like it'll be entertaining. I do feel like they may have shown too much shit, but I guess we kind of knew everything that was gonna be coming for the most part because of toys. So no real big surprises, I guess, except for the Abomination thing.
Yeah.
Which seems really random. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but hey.
Did you notice who he was fighting? He's fighting Wong.
Is that Wong or is that just another sorcerer?
That's what they're saying.
Somebody took like a screen cap and it's Wong.
Interesting.
I will say this trailer I enjoyed more than the original trailer because the teaser or whatever, because the teaser was very much like a kind of grandiose view of like this world, but then this one goes in and like actually hammers out the details, and you're like, okay, then now I'm in.
Yeah, it looks entertaining. It looks like it'll be a good time. I'm with it for sure. I'm with the fact that we like I said when we first talked about this, we got our moment for the African diaspora for African Americans, and now the Asian folks are getting their chance to shine. So I'm all for it, inclusivity, all of that good shit.
I'm definitely into the building out more of this mythology and how it'll work into the rest of the MCU. Like we see an ancient like Chinese battle, and like a big battlefield and everything in ancient times, and it just made me think like, yo, where are the Eternals during all this too?
Sleeping.
Yeah, well,
I sleep.
I'm very interested to see how they. They did it so masterfully, so wonderfully with this first 10 years of Marvel, tying everything up together at the end and bringing everybody together and this and that, and like, I'm really interested to see how all of this will unfold over the next, I guess, 6 or 7 years, whatever. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Some people in the chat are also asking us to clarify our statements on Avatar because apparently there's a lot of Avatar fans.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm sorry.
Us saying Avatar Peter Jackson flick was cool. It was not Peter Jackson. It was James Cameron.
No.
Which is the only reason that movie like was anything special, is because I almost did it too because Jim was behind the camera on it. You guys know Jim, right? JC.
Oh, old JC, of course I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is cool. I mean, I'm curious to see how they tie this all in together. How Abomination got to this point, and then there's a lot of speculation that this scene takes place in Madripoor as well.
That's true.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting fact. Did you guys know that in the 90s, Stan Lee had agreed to make a Shang-Chi show starring Brandon Lee?
Oh my god.
He'd passed away and it never got to happen.
Damn.
Crazy would that have fucking been? A TV show?
Dude, in the 90s, that was like height of the martial arts movement coming to American cinema.
Yeah. That would have been nuts, man.
Shang-Chi trailer looked pretty good. Everybody's looking forward to that.
One fun theory I've heard too about how the 10 rings are now like bracelets, right? But because we still see like the Great Protector Dragon or whatever he's called on the toy package, maybe he won't be referred to as such, but he's basically Fin Fang Foom. And in the comics, the 10 rings of the Mandarin are derived from alien technology from Fin Fang Foom's race. So it would be fun if this Great Protector Dragon, is also the progenitor or whatever of these rings that he wears on his wrists, but because he's a dragon, they would be fit for like his fingers,
Yeah.
Fire.
Wouldn't that? So you could still keep the whole like their rings, yes, but they're not. I think they wanted to move away from the whole like each thing does a thing, Infinity Stone style,
That makes sense. Yeah, so it to be a little different kind of power source and stuff. Yeah.
Right. And I like the way they showed the rings being used in this one. Definitely a lot more feature of the rings in this trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Again, I think being that everything kind of already came out with all these toy releases and stuff like that, and people just kind of putting one together, they had to release the more extensive trailer. I mean, not that wasn't going to be in the works anyway. They always do up to 3 trailers for the most part. So yeah, that was Shang-Chi trailer. Bad Batch. I'm up to episode 5. I think Rick is the only other one that's currently watching this stuff.
Hell yeah, baby!
I'm watching the recaps. I am not watching the show.
Okay,
He's
so
not watching the show.
What episode are we on?
I'm into it.
Rick? What episode is it up to right now, though? Like 10 or some shit?
I think it's at number 9 right now.
Oh, 9. Okay.
Last week it was number 8. Last week it was 8. So I remember thinking because I'm sure Fabio knows. Right now there's like a trend of TV shows stopping at episode 8. For a first season, so I thought last week's was the final episode. If I'm being honest with you, I was like, okay, this is the 8th episode. This is it. It keeps going, so it's probably gonna be 10 episodes, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great. This episode was really good. Like I said, last week's was a cliffhanger, and I kind of thought like, yeah, this is the end. But it wasn't shockingly so. It's a great episode. I highly recommend it. Even if you're just gonna watch the recaps, highly recommend it.
Yeah. So
I am liking the way that they're tying all this stuff. It almost seems like they're retconning a lot of what people hated about Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, they are seemingly.
Yeah. Oh, Rick Jones is saying that it's 16 episodes. Tyrone Westhead is saying it'll be 18 episodes.
Oh, really? That's amazing. And 16 makes sense. 16, it's like with Japanese, would you consider 2 curs, 2 different storylines? So like split in half, 8 episode.
Yeah, that's that's technically like 2 seasons right there.
And that's so sick. I did not expect that. I honestly thought last week's episode was the series finale.
Oh wow.
I mean, or the season. Sorry, season finale.
Yeah.
Pleasantly surprised. Great show. Highly recommend it. If you love Clone Wars, there's like really no reason for you not to watch this show.
Well, here is while we're on the subject of these TVs and films, here's another trailer for Snake Eyes G.I. Joe.
Yeah, this dropped on Monday. Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like it looks just okay to me. Like it looks very like. Not like generic, but very by the numbers. Like it definitely has its own kind of visual flair, but just what looks like so far looks very like you can kind of telegraph what's going to happen.
It looks like what any Snake Eyes movies would be. It's not incredible. It doesn't look bad though. Like I don't know, this is a fucking martial arts movie. How can you go wrong?
Yeah, there's definitely some good sequences with like the neon and like in the rain and all that stuff. There's one really sick sequence there. And then, of course, you see how he gets his signet. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This looks sick.
There you go.
This is what I want to see right here. More rainy neon fights, please.
Ooh, we've never seen that before, though.
Yeah, we just saw that in the goddamn game movie.
Yeah. And this is supposed to be Storm Shadow as well. So it's the story of how kind of Storm Shadow, this guy kind of brought him into the ninja clan and everything. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two become, mortal rivals by the end of it. And with a little bit of touch of Baroness and like Cobra kind of behind the scenes as well, emerging.
Okay.
So cool, Baroness. He looks hot. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't watch this at all, actually. So I'm seeing these shots for the first time. I did know that the trailer dropped or whatever. I'll watch it in full after this or whatever. But yeah, I'm not like super excited for this.
It's not full G.I. Joe. It's just kind of like broaching the subject of G.I. Joe. But Scarlet's in it, Baroness is in it. The sequences look sick for sure. It'll just be, interesting to see if the story ties it all together well. It looks fine. Like visually, I'm into it. But again, it just looks like very, very beats. That's what I'm looking for. There's Scarlet.
Oh, okay. Of course, the white heroine.
Yep. All right, and then there's 2 trailers. So there's this one, and then there's like an international trailer too. But it's a couple shots difference here and there, but it's generally the same trailer.
Roddy John Wick, we got it.
Pretty much, yeah. There's big John Wick vibes, and that's something kind of interesting that it always kind of happens. To get industry with you guys real quick, there's always that one fucking action movie that influences the next like 10 years of action movies.
Yeah, no
and
doubt.
it's for this generation we're in right now. It's the Raid Redemption. So John Wick, fucking the next James Bond. These movies. These are all taken straight from the fight sequences of the Raid Redemption.
Yeah, that sort of high impact, real
Daredevil, all those hallway fight scenes. Yeah,
close combat, like guns and freaking martial arts, and all that shit. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, and I got to talk about this with a stunt guy on a set one time, and he's just like, yeah, no, the Raid fucking changed everything. And in fact, the dudes who did the Raid Redemption, they did all the fight scenes and like the stunt choreography for Rogue One as well. They were like in that movie.
Okay.
So there's Matrix 90s, and then 2010s or aughts. I guess you would have. I guess Kingsman is like pretty influential in that sense too. But I think
sure.
Raid Redemption is like the movie that's been influencing all these movies since.
Okay, so that was Snake Eyes. What else we got?
There was also. Oh yeah, the Raid guys were in John Wick as well. Yeah, KJ, thank you for that.
Okay.
They were in John Wick 3 actually, and
they were
in the movie.
Right.
And they get into like the brutal fight scene.
We talked about this when that one came out, but the whole like sequence with the dogs and shit was fucking amazing to me.
Yeah, dude, with Halle Berry.
Yeah,
pretty great. And man, she fucking murders, dude. Like everybody gets murdered in those John Wick movies, but dude, she like
did a really good job. Like whatever like training and shit they did with her, like the gun training and the choreography for all of the sequences that she was in and shit, she did a very good job. It looked very, you know how sometimes, and she not no spring chicken on top of that, but you know how sometimes some of these actors could just look real awkward and shit, but she did a good job. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely really, really cool sequences in this. I love that. The wire work, fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Scarlet in her like G.I. Joe suit, looking good. Here she is, chick fight.
Interesting. All right, I got to watch this all the way through.
Yeah. What else is next for movies, TV?
We got Loki. Yeah. I'm going to cut out a little early here, but I will just say that this was probably my least favorite episode of the season so far. Take it away, guys.
Hot take. This is my favorite episode of the season so far.
Yeah, we're gonna talk Loki spoilers. So at this point, if you have to cut out early like Boog, because of spoilers, we understand. You'll be missed.
I like some of the visual aspects of it though, like especially on the other planet that they were on and shit like that. But I don't know, it was awkward, and I didn't like the. Speaking of fight sequences and choreography, this shit they look slow and like not that well put together.
The fights are bad in this.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sure.
They're like, again, visually the show is fucking stunning, and like that one, it's not a real, one take shot. It's not a real like single sequence kind of thing, but the way it's put together, it's meant to look like it, and that looked really good. But some of the actual like hand-to-hand combat stuff doesn't always look great. This was like the most Doctor Who of all of these episodes so far. Like you got the main character dude in a suit and tie. walking around with a female companion in an alien world.
And what's funny is that she looks like she would be a female companion.
Right? She looks like the current Doctor.
She looks just like her.
I forget her name, but she was really good in Broadchurch with also with David Tennant.
Where'd Boog go?
He said he had to cut out early.
Oh my god, yeah, I went to go take a piss and I came back. I was like, what the heck?
Well.
It's funny, Boog said that this was his least favorite episode. It's my favorite episode so far. I loved this episode.
Man.
I'm sure I've talked about it with Rick and David Walton and Matt before, but like character development in the MCU is my favorite shit of all time. Like when it comes to just exploring the characters, like that shit's my favorite. So this episode was very, very exciting to me for sure. Like the whole bit where they're on the train and they're just like sharing stories, like two, versions of these characters, like sharing the parallels and the differences between their childhoods and stuff, and them like learning and like working through their own shit by sharing stories and stuff. That stuff was like really cool to me. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. And then like they started fighting, and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of weak, but but yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah, the actual like being on the planet stuff was good, but yeah, when they're in the TVA like hallway doing that fight scene, it was like, just okay.
It's very mid.
Yeah,
it's interesting because like
it's serviceable, but it's not great.
Yeah, you would think like they would give a shit, right? Like hot off the heels of like such a success of like their last 10 years, you would think they would put their best foot forward on some of these things. But if there was something that they skimped on, if they were to, in terms of like the scales, like I would much rather them just be all like, all right, cool, we'll cut back on this and like just make it more of like what am I trying to say? I would rather like them focus more on character development and making sure that we have time to explore these characters versus like an incredibly like sick fight scene. I mean, I don't know. Like when I think like Loki, I'm not coming to Loki for like, his fighting prowess or whatever or anything like that. I mean,
you're looking for subterfuge and illusions,
I was gonna say the same thing. Like, obviously, you have to be blind to not notice that the weakest part of this episode was definitely the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is just like what Poncho said. Like, I don't know. I don't really go into Loki thinking like, you know what? I really want to see a fucking fight.
Yeah.
Like, like somebody made a joke earlier. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was even like a huge account, like somebody that went viral with somebody was like, man, it's a shame that the TVA's like evaporation sticks aren't guns.
Yeah, I saw that.
Billy clubs. Like, yeah, like if there was one thing to skimp on, yeah, like this would be it. Like, I'm all about character development. Like, it's like Poncho has said many times, how can we possibly care about this Loki as much as we did the first one? You have to cram a decade worth of character arc and development, and I think they're doing a great job of it. Like, I'm really loving this show.
In this episode, I think we got the most like exposition, I guess. I mean, besides the first episode that was like a total expo dump, but like in this one, there's at least not an exposition dump, but more like an exposition discussion between the two characters that felt a little more natural. So I like that. It starts to like cause doubt in some of the other stuff that's been exposited to us already. So I think in that aspect, this episode was really interesting. And like that ending sequence, them running through the streets, I think was really cool.
The cool sequence for sure.
Yeah. And then there's people who are like, yo, how did Loki use telekinesis all of a sudden? He's like, kind of always had it. Remember when he gets mad because his mom died and he like throws all the shit in the prison cell to telekinesis? Like, I don't know. I'm a fan, but I also hate other fans because they ruin this kind of thing. Because the thing I hate most is when someone's like, it's not the way I would do it, therefore I hate it. It's the shittiest attitude you could have towards anything. And Even Mr. JP Sergio is saying he's got, I believe his mind set on what this show should be, and therefore he is not enjoying it. I could be wrong, John. Maybe clarify a little bit. But he's like, Loki, the show that makes no sense. And I swear, I've made enemies. There is a fellow admin of ours who I'm sure hates
enemies.
There's a fellow admin of ours who I'm sure hates me because they're watching Westworld, and they're 4 episodes in, like, yo, this show makes no sense. It's like, yo, we haven't even gotten to the fucking end yet. How can you hate the show for making no sense when the whole picture hasn't been revealed yet? You know, that to me is a really shitty attitude to take towards anything. You gotta see it till the end, dude. You gotta like take the story as it plays beat by beat, and then at the end, when all the beats are revealed and it's supposed to tie back together, if it doesn't do a good job of that, then okay, that's fair criticism.
True.
But just because it doesn't make sense yet, it's probably because not all the information has been revealed yet. It's how you keep the discussion going week to week, you know?
Yeah,
I think John's problems. I've had a few back and forths with John about the show. I think John's problems are mostly related to things that were told in this show that he didn't like. I believe like things didn't make sense to him. That like it happened one way in the main universe, but things are happening a different way in this world as far as like rules go. Like he doesn't like the rules mostly of this show, from what I've gathered at least, and how they don't adhere to the rules of the MCU, so it doesn't make sense to him. And that I believe that's his issue with this show.
But I think that's the whole point of the show, is that there is the MCU as we've known it to this point, and now this show is telling us all these new things.
Yeah. You know what? I'm exactly the same way. Yeah.
The fact that it conflicts with what came before is the mystery, is the interesting thing. Like, yo, we thought we knew, but there's all this new stuff happening, you know? The same way Loki is like, you know, oh, I'll get the fucking the cosmic cube, whatever it's called, the Tesseract, and it's fucking useless here. The greatest power that we have known up until the point of this television show is now fucking null and void because this new power has been introduced.
I agree. The way that I take this show is just that, you know what, man? These fucking heroes don't know what they're talking about all the time. They're flying by the seat of their pants, and they're taking guesses. They're taking shots in the dark. We're also taking shots in the dark.
One step away from
you. The viewers, we're making guesses, but this show is clarifying and you know, demonstrating that they're the ones that know the rules, and that we're just we're out here making assumptions.
And I think, honestly, JP, we love you. I think you're overcomplicating it for yourself a little bit because he's saying, in my opinion, I think Sylvie is Loki's daughter from his time posing as Odin in Dark World. We literally see a file in the TVA that calls her Sylvie Laufey daughter, which is the female equivalent of Laufey's son. She's the daughter of the Frost Giant King Laufey. So it seems to me like this variant from what's been established in the show so far, being that Loki is fluid or whatever. Let's say he was, instead of, when Odin picked up baby Loki, and he was a little blue frost giant baby, and as soon as Odin picked him up, he, using his innate shape-shifting powers, I'm sure that he had, transformed himself into an illusion of an Asgardian, right? Subconsciously, as a baby, right? What's to say that the variance of Sylvie's, timeline is that instead of even being rescued by Odin at all, using the same, illusion fluidity of her appearance, turned herself female this time instead of male like Loki.
Yeah, sure. and it's at the end of the day, a god is not really a gender. It's how they appear. So you can be whatever she can be whatever they want.
That maybe that is the variance, is that this was supposed to be Loki, and she even says that she's been hunted her entire life. So from the moment of her birth, when she became female, that was already a variant of what should have been, which is a male. And there you go. That's just from what's been established in the show. That's not me like, I think it should be this way. It's just like, no, from what they said in the show, it makes sense that this would be the way it happened.
They also kind of like specifically like reach out to viewers that are like John in this episode. I mean, I'm sure we heard Loki like, dude, you're not a Loki. Like, who are you? And then they talk about each other's background, and he's like, oh, that's why you're nothing like me.
Right.
because you never knew your mother, and et cetera, and kind of explains why she's so different.
Yeah, and he doesn't like being called Loki, all of that.
Yeah, and why, and he kind of he kind of goes through the doubt that we as viewers have,
Right.
where he doesn't think that she is a Loki, but she obviously is. She's just lived a very different life than other Lokis.
And at this point, we're just arguing with JP because he said, and they would have erased the timeline as soon as she became a girl, but that's not how it was planned. Maybe they did, but she's been chased her entire life, so she's been on the run from her deleted timeline this whole time.
Well,
she did say that.
Within the constructs of the show, if from what John is saying, like, there could be the possibility, like, since every TVA agent is a variant, like, who's to say that, yes, because she chose to become, because she, like, was a woman Loki, they erased her timeline and kept her and trained her as a TVA agent. That's why that's why she hates the TVA so much, or some shit like that. Basically,
she does know a lot about it,
Very true. I just I don't know, man. When it comes to the MCU as a whole, especially after Endgame, like when it comes to like continuity and like making sure every single thing makes sense, I take everything with a grain of salt. Like,
especially after WandaVision, like we gotta temper our expectations a little bit.
Well, not even that. Like I was gonna say, like, in Endgame alone, you have the directors and the screenwriters arguing and disagreeing about the semantics of time travel and how Steve Rogers is like, and like, but like their idea of Steve Rogers going back in time and old man Steve Rogers appearing at the end of the film. Like, the screenwriters and the Russo brothers can't agree on what that means or how that how that happened. So, like, to me, when I learned that like those that on like the precipice of the cap to like their whole like first 10-year like journey is like so like jumbled and these guys can't agree. Like, there's no way that a whole new director directing this Loki miniseries is going to be on the same page and like making sure they're dotting their I's and crossing their T's with everything pre-established in the MCU before. Like, you have to allow yourself some sort of like wiggle room in terms of like the way lore is, spread out, or like the rules of the universe and stuff. Because
there's what they call the Bible behind the scenes. There's the Bible that is the fucking story as dictated by the studio that has to be adhered to, like the official canon. And there's nothing to suggest that like they might just not have that answer yet. And what will eventually become the answer to the whole Steve Rogers argument between the screenwriters and the directors will have been established by the end of this and other time travel and multiverse media to come.
Sure. Treble Dust in chat is saying it's funny how the continuity is like comics. There's always some conflict that they try to correct in later issues. I mean, yeah, I would say the same thing. Like, all these like the MCU's like greatest accomplishment is like an interweaving story. Everything connects into another thing, but that's also like its Achilles heel. Like, how can you as a director like curate your own film and like open up all these like loose ends as kind of like a layup for another director to like, only for another director to come down years down the line and like try and pick up on what you're talking about? Like, how can, because like there's no like the Russo brothers aren't gonna like direct every single Avengers movie that ever comes out. Like, and like how can you expect like the director of Loki to pick up on subtle nuances of what they were trying to envelop in Endgame and stuff? Like, it just doesn't, it's not possible. Like, unless like everybody is like under the same roof and constantly talking to each other and making sure that this shit happens and whatnot. Like, there's going to be decisions made like in the writing room or even on set where like one like little like ad lib line of dialogue could like completely fuck something up that another person previously had been trying to set up for like years or some shit like that. So like the bottom line is like whenever I'm watching shows like this, I'm not interested in like making sure everything makes sense. I almost like take myself out of it in terms of trying to make it like fit in with the rest of the established like universe and lore. Like if it lines up, that's super sick, but I'm not looking for continuity errors because that's just the way I absorb something. And also, like you said earlier, the show's not even done. Like I'm not going to sit here and try and unwrap and unravel the entire mystery of an 8 episode show if I'm only on episode 3. Like it doesn't really make sense to try and solve a puzzle if you've only taken a couple of pieces out of the box. Like you have no idea where they go. So I can understand, why some people like view media and try and do that stuff like all the time. That shit is, probably fun for them. It is not fun for me.
No, right? You just want to be told the story. You want to absorb the story as it is, not as your mind may wildly make it out to be. It's fun to think about for sure, but it's not like you can't set that as your expectation.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, I think the show's tight. And
it's fun. I'm having a great time. And somebody earlier was saying something about how it looked like. Here we go. Loki episode 3, Rick Jones. Loki episode 3 was filmed on location at the Mandalorian, which I completely got that vibe when they're in the mining town and they get blasted through the door and everything. That little hut, that was straight Mandalorian shit.
It was funny because when I saw that mining town, I was like, oh my god, they're in fucking Jakku.
Yeah, just color graded different, like like Mexico in the movies.
And then it was funny because when they went to that one town, when they went to like the center of the town, it looked like Guardians of the Galaxy.
It looked like Space Madripoor.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Space Madripoor. Yeah, for sure.
Man, shout out to Sharon Carter for that one.
For sure. All right. Any final thoughts on Mr. Laufey son here?
No, I'm just excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I love the idea that was presented in this episode. Well, the fact that was presented in this episode of that everybody's a variant.
Yeah,
makes total sense. I just kept thinking like, where the fuck do these people come from? Like, they're the gods of time. They're not the gods of creation. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck are these all these people here?
And we've already gotten some hints of that when they're in the main judge lady's office and Mobius is like putting the drink down without the coaster and there's all these other rings there, So that to me was like, oh, there's probably other Mobii running around, especially because she says, oh, you're not my only favorite analyst or whatever.
That's incredible. Love it, man. Love this TV.
It's fun. I mean, it's a fun show. Also, there was a fun Aliens reference apparently because the two guards in the train were credited as Hicks and Hudson, which are Michael Biehn and Bill Paxton from Aliens.
God, that's incredible.
Yeah, pretty fun, right?
It's sick.
All right. I think that's about it. Huh? Are we ready to wrap it up? Get out of here? Or we got anything else we got to discuss?
I think that's it.
I'm trying to think. I don't think we missed anything.
Superman and Lois continues to be pretty decent. Check that out if you got a chance. It's free on the CW, the whole season.
You're making me sick.
I saw a clip of it. There's a kryptonite Ovid. What's going on? Like what the fuck's going on?
Kryptonite.
Am I remembering that wrong?
There's
like a kryptonite flu or something. Is that what's happening?
The storyline of there being like a kryptonite virus is not an uncommon one.
No, but it's not in the show so far.
Oh, okay.
There's a storyline of the military who were allied with Superman secretly developing a kryptonite weapons program. But
program?
Yeah, it's a program, which is
abbreviation of a program.
Right. Whatever. there's that. I mean, it's kind of interesting. There's a little bit of that kind of multiverse stuff, but that's kind of par for the course for all the CW shows. They've had like, all the crossover episodes, and
Yeah.
Supergirl is in a different universe than Superman and Lois. It's like a whole thing.
That's fantastic.
But it's pretty interesting. I like it so far. Kind of its own twist on the whole evil Superman thing, but taking a different way to get there.
Yeah, I can't do it, man. It's too much cheese.
It's not the cheesiest. I still think Supergirl is completely unwatchable. I didn't finish Batwoman. Legends of Tomorrow I've heard is good, but I never made it through like season 2 or 3 of The Flash. Like
you know what I give to Legends of Tomorrow is that it doesn't take itself seriously.
Yeah.
It knows it's absolutely ridiculous and stupid. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like that's the thing that I don't like about shows like Batwoman and about Superman and Lois is that they take themselves very seriously when I think that the show itself is ridiculous and like so cheesy and and you know what, you made the right choice with Flash, because after season 2 it's garbage.
It is not.
No offense to anybody that enjoys the show, enjoy what you like. Don't let my opinion ruin what you love. I just couldn't take it anymore. Him and Iris have zero chemistry, and they force it down our throats. Couldn't pull the Arrowverse and get rid of Laurel / Dinah. They had to force feed you him and Iris with like absolutely zero in common and like terrible chemistry. Like,
God damn it.
Sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm ruining your show. I'm a piece of shit. Don't listen to me.
Certified scumbag.
I will say Batwoman had more of a kryptonite sickness plot line than Superman does. Superman and Lois, because in the Batwoman show, it's established that the bat suit, well, it's bulletproof, right? Except for kryptonite bullets.
Why?
So I don't know. So she takes a kryptonite bullet to the shoulder, and for the entire rest of the half season that's left, she is just like, "Ow, my shoulder!" like every 10 minutes.
Oh my god!
and doesn't tell anybody until it's too late, and she's basically dying of it.
Yeah, the CW they need to do better, man. They got to get off Greg Berlanti's nuts, and I don't know. Look for a different vision. I think that it all very much looks like Greg's vision, and we can all tell. I wish it was somebody else's vision. Like that one show is super cheesy, but it's really good. Stargirl. It's a good show.
Yeah, I thought it was super cheesy too, but I liked it. I actually thought it was very fun and
very fun show. Like that's exactly what I was talking about, man. Like that's the good kind of cheese.
It's a fun show, but to me, like the funniest thing about that whole show is the fact that like I've talked about this before, like the most evil person on the whole show, even more than the Injustice Society of America, the most evil is the mean girl at the high school who spreads the class president's nude.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, not great.
The most evil are her and the girl who got the nudes shared's parents.
The parents, my God, what a bunch of assholes, for sure.
They're the most evil people.
God damn, heartless, dude.
Yeah, man. And one of those people on the Injustice Society kills his own son.
Mm-hmm.
He's not as evil as they are.
No, not even. Barely broaching the surface of how evil the others are.
Yeah, man, this is fucked. I highly recommend it though. You like CW shows or you like superhero shows, you'll like it. It's pretty cheesy. In a good way.
Yeah. One thing I will say about Stargirl is I like how they established that she's like a gymnast. She does gymnastics, and she uses the staff as like a gymnastics like fucking
yeah, man, that's
bar
awesome.
Or whatever, and that's really cool.
It's a dope callback. Yeah, I love it, and I love everybody's looks. It's a good show. It's a good show. Yeah. Other than the girl that plays a Wildcat, everybody else's looks is great.
Yeah, totally, dude.
her look is really goofy, but everybody else is pretty good.
And she's the class president, right? She was okay. And then I think Titans is coming back for another season. That was watchable enough.
It was just announced last week.
Actually, that show's hilarious because what's his face? Slade Wilson. Deathstroke's whole motivation is like, you telling me those kids put those costumes back on? Here I go killing again.
And what's funny is that what he blames them for, like, is mostly his fault.
Pretty much.
He's like so mad at them over something that's his fault.
Yeah, it's pretty much his fault. All
put
right,
on the
all right.
fucking
I think we need to
costume.
get out of here. I think
Poncho's getting Stargirl to death.
I think Poncho's just afraid of how much fun he'll have.
I probably won't watch that show until 2045. So
We're doing this. This show is gonna be on like its 500th episode, and Poncho's gonna be like, You guys will be happy to know I just watched Stargirl.
Oh my god, we'll be on episode 500.
Oh my god,
Right?
they just did their 500th episode. Incredible.
What a callback to episode 149, Poncho. Wow.
Remember episode 149 when Poncho said he didn't watch the show? Look at him now.
For real. All right, let's get some plugs out. Let's let the people know where they can find us online and when they'll see us again.
That's true. I'll go first.
Alright.
Yeah. Follow my shit. It's Paunch Easy. That's it. Quick reminder that next week we will not be doing the podcast. It's July 4th weekend. Once again, some of us have plans. I'm sure a lot of you guys have plans as well. So we'll be taking the week off, and then we'll be back the week of July 10th for episode 150. We're bringing back What to Grind On. So if you're in the groups, if you are on Instagram sharing your photos, make sure to tag What to Grind On, hashtag WTGO. And that's the easiest way to get eyes on your photo for critique and tips and help and stuff like that. And then we might go over it on the show as well. And that's that for me.
Rick?
Hey, what's going on? It's me. I like vintage clothes, and I'm on the show. Follow me at RickDom2345. I'm here.
Beautiful.
Damn. All right, fair enough. Well, I'm at Fobster360 on Instagram. Go follow me there for my toy photos. Go make sure you subscribe to me on YouTube right here at Fobster. Got another Mezco centric stream, on my my live stream series coming up this Monday or Tuesday. I'm thinking maybe Monday. I might have a plumber here on Monday, so maybe not. I'm not sure. One of those 2 days, I will have a stream up, talk about some of the latest Mezco happenings in more detail, and perhaps discuss my upcoming 1,000 subscribers giveaway, which I'm very excited about. I'm 19 subs away from making that happen. So if you're here watching, make sure you're subbed on my channel at Fobster. Get ready for that contest coming pretty soon, or a giveaway. I'm not sure what the details will be, but when they are announced, I'm sure you will want to be there. And I believe that's it. Yeah, that's it for me. Macho, get us the hell out of here.
Oh, okay. Well, hell yeah. Once again, thank you so much for watching the A.C.B.A. podcast. Thank you so much for sticking with us up until episode 149. Of course, without everybody's generous donations and contributions to the show, we wouldn't have all this nice new equipment and good audio and stuff like that. So once again, thank you to everybody who contributed a super chat or donation or anything like that. Thank you again for always watching. Thanks for helping us get to episode 150. We'll continue to improve the show for many more years to come. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, star the video, give us a video reply, whatever you want to do. And until next time.
Bye.